Yo, what up? Welcome to the podcast, After Hours. We'll call this one whenever we do it at night. We'll call it After Hours.
I like that. I like After
Listen,
Hours.
this is raw, uncut. Let me ask you guys a question right off the bat. So there's a little bit of I was giving you guys shit last time for the name of the Terricolas podcast. I was saying that we didn't agree on it, but more importantly, I want to ask you guys something because you guys are really into like UFC, right? And you guys have gotten me like more interested in it for sure. I'm just a really lazy like fanatic when it comes to anything. That's why I don't really like. I say I go for like a certain soccer team.
You're pretty lazy overall.
No, I'm a lazy guy. Like, you know, I like to do the bare minimum.
Maybe you have
I love Spider-Man, but I'm not gonna go start reading comics.
Maybe you have a leaky gut,
I just don't like to do a lot of work,
and it's just
because
like
I don't like to fail.
hurting your.
But
you
have
have
gout.
Your energy
I
levels.
have gout. My grandma has gout. No, but that was actually considered a royalty disease. You know that?
Gout.
The king's disease. Yeah.
To have a spout.
Do you have a spout and
Inside
gout
your
and a
gout?
rout?
While you're.
Are you gonna? Does it make you shout though?
Does it make you shout?
Or does it just make you want to install grout?
Or does it make you pout?
You know it hurts when you step on my gout.
Does it make you want to get loud?
Oh,
Damn.
It makes me want to go eat a trout.
Or are you gonna jump on that cloud?
It makes me want to. I don't know that many outwards.
That makes me proud.
Oh, it's lover.
Damn.
I got so excited. Damn, that was legit.
Too legit.
Yeah.
I'm such a babosaud.
Babasaurio.
Babosaurus.
Dude, Nancy Cortez is the next big thing. I'm telling you. I'm telling
But
you.
what I was saying
Go ahead, Greg. Continue.
is that you guys are fanboys, right?
Right.
You guys like this type of stuff. No, I mean, let's just say we're not fighters. We don't go out. No, I'm not trying to be like
We're
an
not
asshole. or anything.
fighters. I like
But
how
like
you
sometimes I think
I like
about
how
that.
Greg always includes us in his like.
Sometimes I think about
We-
that.
we
We aren't
are-
fighters. We don't step on
Listen,
the
Greg,
octagon.
Speak for yourself, Greg.
We don't fucking go and train like Juan did, or does. We don't do that shit.
How do you know that?
So I'm just asking.
Preach.
I'm just asking. Do you guys
From the
feel,
dome.
whenever you guys are talking about this stuff, are you guys doing it strictly as like just like fanatics of the thing, like of the UFC, or do you guys really feel like you guys are like expert of the subject, like subject matter experts? Because like sometimes I feel like we're doing a disservice to people. Not to mention, I just don't know as much as you guys do. So
Take it away, Oscar.
So sometimes I feel like, should we be even talking about this? Because like I feel like we don't know what the hell we're talking
Look,
about.
first off, you don't know what the hell you're talking
Yes, and I did say that. You guys can replay it.
about. Second of all, who made you the expert to decide
About we not being
if our
experts?
conversations are up to
I'm
par or
asking you
not?
a question. If you feel like whenever you guys talk about this stuff, are you guys saying it in terms of like, hey, like we just like the sport
I
and
think
that's what we're
it's in
talking
the-
about it?
I think it's in the sense of since you don't practice it, like
Yeah.
like since you don't do it, like
Right.
you have no right to speak about it. That some fighters feel like that about Joe Rogan. Because he's never fought. Well, he's never fought in the UFC. He's
True.
fought in Taekwondo.
True.
But some fighters say that, like, well, he's never fought in the UFC. Why?
But he trains.
But he trains. So if we were to train, then we'd have a green light. Like,
No, listen.
what
you're-
we
you're getting-
know is for real
You're
because we
getting
train.
defensive about it. I'm asking you, if do you feel like whenever you talk about this stuff, are you talking about it in like, are you bringing your opinion as a fanatic of the sport, or do you actually feel like you have like some sort of expertise when you're talking about it? That's all I'm asking. Like, do you consider yourself a fan first, or do you consider yourself a subject matter expert because you've seen so many fights? Or
I consider myself as much of an expert as you are with microphones and audio and all of that.
okay, so like surface level.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I was
Definitely.
asking, man. I'm not trying to.
I'm saying. I'm
Okay,
just
cool.
saying.
What about you, Irvin? What do you like to talk about it, or where do you come
Okay,
from?
so I come from El Paso, Texas. Just kidding. It's pronounced El Paso. I think I just appreciate the art.
Okay.
I think it's a beautiful sport. I think fighting is like a little microcosm of life. If you watch the fighter interviews, they're so real. Like when they go through shit, it's like, damn, I can relate with that person because their losses are legit losses. It's not like a basketball game where you lose a game and it's like,
well, we got like 20 more to go.
yeah, it's like you've got fucked up.
You don't end up with knots in your face.
ACL is torn. You got 6 more months for your next fight.
You gotta make up money somehow.
Yeah, so the personalities are very open. And as far as the martial arts itself, I get my information from other people who I consider experts, and then I try and then throw in my own
spin.
Yeah, like my own spin, my own perspective. But definitely, I do back my perspective with others' experts' opinions mostly because I find the sport so interesting. So I find myself just listening to videos.
Yeah.
And
I'm a YouTube killer, man.
Yeah,
I get my.
There's some great people out there. Luke Thomas, Connor Rebush from Heavy Hands, Jack Slack, freaking Lee Wiley. Who else? Lawrence Kenshin, Brandon Dorman. Dude, there's so many badass MMA analysts who are not technically fighters. But, you know, you develop a
Brett Akamoto.
Brett, the ESPN guy. What about you, Greg? What do you consider yourself an expert in?
Yeah. So I just wanted to make it into the clip for the month. No, I'm just kidding. Does this solidify my spot in the clip?
Nah, fuck no.
Damn it.
Actually, you haven't been coming out in clips lately. I don't think you've been talking.
I know, right?
Why don't you say anything?
Because he's
Well, last one.
Have you been quiet?
Last one, I didn't really have a lot to say because we were talking about money, and like I was like, "Yo, I have money to spare."
That's my least thing I have to worry about.
I'm just blessed, man. I didn't have to worry about that. No, I don't know.
No, I thought it was a good perspective.
I'm not the one who puts the clips up, so I should be asking you, why haven't I been?
Because it's not funny, dog. You don't say funny shit.
Damn.
Or cool shit.
I had found something. I think about the multi-level marketing, but then David didn't really know anything about it. So
what about when he was like, "Yo, Greg, that's the best fucking question I've ever heard in my goddamn life."
Oh, that one was funny, dude.
I should have
When I was like,
what the fuck, dude? Like he had to take a second. Like he was like, I just want to take a moment to appreciate how good that fucking question was.
He was just being nice because you have like a nah. He was just being nice because you have like a Down syndrome kind of face.
He would spit on it like, and then he spit on it like.
Nah. I'm gonna say it again so you can hear it.
No, I heard you.
He said that because you have sort of a Down syndrome kind of fucking face.
No, I heard you.
Down syndrome looking like motherfucker.
I heard you. It was just really mean. No, I heard you. It was just really mean.
What did you say?
Fucking Down syndrome looking like
Down syndrome. I did like in Hot Rise. I know I heard you. It was just really mean.
I forgot I had glasses and I tried cleaning my eye. God damn it. Hey, so I think it's obvious.
I don't want to consider myself an expert at anything because I can handle the pressure. I'm questions.
I'm not an expert at anything. I'm a fucking ignorant. I'd like to pretend that I am because it makes fun conversations when I pull shit out of my ass.
Hell yeah, dude.
But I don't think I am an expert in anything.
Listen, I don't think you have to be an expert.
Warrior.
I don't think you have to be an expert to have an opinion.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean?
The opinions.
It's up to the listener to how seriously they take your opinion, but you can have an opinion of whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
As long as you're not sitting there going like, "This is the fact," you know. It's my opinion that this is a fact.
I think it's pretty obvious by now that our guest canceled.
Oh yeah, our guest canceled.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a former Marine.
No, he did he was a Marine. National Guard. He did National Guard for 4 years.
In the Marines.
He went to the El Paso Police Department and he was corrections. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker, I'll tell you what. This motherfucker right here.
This motherfucker.
He knows what the fuck, how to fucking run with 200 plus pounds of muscle. Like, I've never seen anybody run as much as Paco does with that much muscle.
I really regret that day that when we ran those 14 miles from.
You wouldn't have been able to do it.
I don't know. I will never know.
Nah, you won't. I bet money on it.
Because I had to go take my brother back.
I'll bet money on it.
Hey, you know what? I still felt good because I passed Irvin.
I'll drop a Hondo.
I passed Irvin twice, so I feel good.
You passed me, and I was running with Converse. I had Converse.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
I ran from Fabens to Clint and Converse.
That must have sucked.
It sucked big balls.
Your feet
We
must
should
have
just
been.
do it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm actually pretty fucking down for that.
But only Paco goes, because then I'm...
You know what sucked though?
Cause what? Because you want to see if you can beat him?
I want to see. I don't have to beat him. I just want to keep up with him a little bit.
It's all mental.
Yeah, I am. I'm mental for sure.
You're detrimental.
The only thing about that run that sucked is that the street was a little bit off. So every step, my right knee would hurt. Because
Well,
it was
also,
kinda off.
also once you get like to the traffic more, like you start to the exhaust or whatever. So you're not even breathing like air. You're just breathing like CO2, carbon monoxide. Is that CO3?
But this motherfucker
Oh, yeah.
has endurance for days, dude.
For sure.
We had a workout not that long ago, and this guy was repping 50 pounders for like 20 reps, and we were already like our third workout in from doing like 5 sets of 20, all the other workouts. Like I was like, holy crap, it's just this cardio. So I started doing more shit for my stomach, like more shit for my stomach, more calisthenics, like all of that.
I wish he was here so we could talk about it.
Yeah, but we'll get him back. We'll get him back again.
Paco is one of the more determined guys.
What's his
I know.
Instagram? Like JFit something?
Yeah, JFit 89 or 98, something like that.
We'll link it. Should we link it?
Yeah,
He's
let's
very,
link it.
he's very determined.
Yeah, definitely. Es aguerrido, pues,
And-
es pinche...
And message him, be like, yo, what the fuck? Get on the Terricolas podcast.
Los Terricolas.
Oh, yeah, so the name. We're thinking
Right.
we should drop
I
that.
still think I think we should drop Los, but I do like Terricolas. I don't know what else would you want to name it? You wanted to name it Stiff Turd.
Like, listen, let's let the viewers
Tell the
know.
story. Tell
the
the
story was, so this what happened. Okay, so I was doing my own fucking podcast, but I never had fucking time to do it. All right, so then these cats were like, hey, we should start our own podcast, just 3 of us, separate from your stuff. Because I have a certain way of doing things, okay? I don't like people coming into my room and messing shit up. And that's how I felt about the podcast. I wanted to do it a certain way. But, we really wanted to do it the simpler way. And you know what? God bless Irvin, because I don't have to worry about it. I put all my shit here. We start recording. Irvin takes care of it. And then, boom. Internet stardom, brother. But, man, I think it's kicking in. Anyway, sorry. So they were like, yeah, let's start a podcast.
You all right there?
And you said...
You're a little sweaty.
You said, yeah, it's gonna hunt here. You said you wanted it to be of us 3, like pertaining to us 3.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, why don't we do something that represents all 3 of us, just like when we got those tattoos. Well, when you and I got those tattoos.
Oh shit.
We're still waiting on Oscar to put it on. So we used to have this radio show, and we used to have like an actual recording of it, and you guys always called it cacadura, which is
That was our radio show.
a hard turd.
Dude, but how old were we? We were
Okay,
like
I know, but
Cacadura.
the thing is that was like our childhood. I didn't say it had to be related to that, but in my mind, I was like, let's do something that like is
That
unique
was like
to us.
20 years ago.
I know, but it's something unique to us. That's all I
Is
was
it
trying
though?
to say.
Okay,
and then
so-
you came out of nowhere. You're like, Los Terricolas podcast. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I think we could. I mean, I think it's pretty cool, but if you wanna, put more thought into it,
Yes.
because you want to link it to our youth.
Or something like something that represents us. Like, yeah, Terricolas sounds cool. Obviously, it's got a nice ring to it, but like it's not. Like it seems like we're something that we
So
just grab.
besides
Tough turd.
mierda dura, una mierda
La biche.
seca.
I just-
What would you want?
What,
The
would-
gift?
what had I been? Yeah, there you go. The gift podcast.
The gift. The gifted podcast.
Because it also has to be something that's available.
Hammer couch.
Hammer couch. Dude, we did some crazy shit.
We killed a donkey. Pretty sure we killed that donkey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. We would give it so much hell.
Tell
Like
that
nobody's
story, Greg.
business.
Greg's really good.
How
at
we
telling
killed?
stories.
How we killed the donkey?
Tell the donkey.
So
death
one day,
story.
right? We were hungry. No, I'm just kidding. No,
And then we
we slaughtered it. Yes. Oscar came from behind and he wrapped his dick around his neck and fucking just.
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
the donkey's own dick.
The donkey's
Not
dick.
my
Not
dick.
Oscar's dick. He was too young for that. Now he could probably do it.
damn it.
do you think in the history of mankind that's ever happened?
What? Somebody
An animal getting choked up by his own dick?
No.
Oh.
Like a human choking out someone else with a penis.
Oh shit, you have to have a really long dick.
And
But
it
like,
probably hurt.
I'm just wondering because so many things have happened in human
I don't know. We could probably Google it.
kind.
Google
Thousand
it.
ways to
It has
die.
everything.
history. You know what I mean? Weird stuff has happened.
Okay, but how choke on how? Like swallowing it or like around the
No,
neck?
around the neck.
Oh, okay, I was like,
Dude, you'd have to have like at least like a 4. No, like 5. Huh?
5-footer?
Foot.
Oh my god, getting choked down by your.
Because you have to have enough to be able to wrap it and then grab onto it.
We can do the math. Should we do the math?
I guess it stretches a little bit. Okay.
No,
Watch. So
mames.
first you divide the circumference. Just kidding.
What the hell is that?
It's
It
the
always happens.
cafecito. It beeps whenever it's all
Make
like,
it
all
more
right,
spicy
I'm
pizza.
done.
Cafecito.
Actually,
There's no more pizza, dude. We killed
ate
it.
Oh, you killed it? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
We ate
Greg ate an extra one. It was supposed to be
What
3 and 3.
What were we supposed? Oh, my bad, bro.
Hey, he was the one that said, "I nomás quiero una."
Yeah, I know.
Hey, you know what? I'll give. You can have the rest of the money. I owe you for that slice.
I didn't even pay
Go
anything.
get you a slice.
It was just you guys.
Go buy yourself a
Go,
slice.
go buy,
sucker.
be a good boy. Go buy yourself a slice.
Right now, Greg was mentioning that we should ask each other questions, and Cindy had suggested this actually. She found this cool website called "We Are Not Really Strangers," and basically you ask each other questions to see if you're really strangers.
A ver, déjale caer pues.
So watch, let me go.
Pinche one big body, güey, no te, güey.
Si te chupas la na, na, na. Hey, I'm just saying stuff now, like just to add something to the podcast.
No, but
I'm not
but
even
you get my
doing
point,
anything.
right? You get where I'm coming from. Like, I just thought it would be cool if we had like something unique. I didn't say that I had the best ideas, but it did seem like Terricolas just kind of came out of nowhere. Like,
How did you even think about that?
What are you talking about? yeah, because he said he was listening to Los Terricolas, which is a band.
Terricolas.
But then I looked up on YouTube and there's a crap ton of channels called Terricolas this, Terricolas that. Or
Oh, yeah?
whatever. Yeah, there's a crap ton. And that's what I look whenever I'm thinking of a channel name. Why do you think Rejipping Soup has ever been taken? Because it's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. No one's ever got to think about that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the only. If you look up Rejipping Soup, it's me.
Listen, this is a democratic
That's why I
podcast.
switched it from Hispanic Panic, which is a stupid name.
We are the board members, and therefore, if you have a suggestion, you bring it to the board meeting, which is every
Yeah.
podcast. We then vote on it and decide
Yeah.
if that suggestion will go in motion.
Well, I mean, it has to be unanimous.
It's 2-1 or whatever, like majority.
I think it's
So if I come and be like, "Hey, we should do this," and you guys go like, "Hit the fuck up," I'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah, if you have the only vote, then unfortunately,
Right,
this
right.
is democratic.
these are my only two suggestions. Drop the los or change it to something completely different like Greg wants it.
No, listen, it's not about what I want. Cause Oscar, you're okay with the name. Right?
I'm okay with whatever. Nah. Me vale madre.
Oscar's Sweden. He's gonna sit on the fence on this one. I don't know. I just thought. I mean, if you guys disagree, then whatever.
Terrix.
Damn, what the fuck are all the
Los
questions?
Terrix.
I've been promoting it. I actually just recorded a video. I need to edit it, so that's why I was gonna go home after
At this point, we already have what, 14 episodes? 15?
Yeah.
I say we drop. That's just my.
Yeah, let's just drop the low.
We can drop the lows. All in
because
favor.
if you don't drop low, if you drop lows, like
Just
a
Terricolas podcast.
lot of people stop showing up on the search bar.
Yeah,
Just
it does
Terricolas.
narrow it down. It does narrow it down.
Yeah, just go for it. Just drop it. I'm down.
I'm just gonna
All
do
in
it gradually.
favor-
I'm
all in
Me?
favor say why.
Why?
Why?
What? Oh wait, you saying I have to do it, or what? What do we do?
I'll do it. I'll do it gradually, and then I actually have a new design. That it's an old design that I drew back in high school, and I'm gonna revive it with the whole.
Or should we? Wow.
with the new.
So should we call it Terricolas Podcast, or should we call it the Terricolas Podcast?
Okay,
The Terricolas.
I think I finally found the questions. First question. Think of someone you admire. Why did this person come to mind? Who wants to take that one?
Someone I
Think of someone
admire,
I
like admire in the sense of like I can look up to him.
Yeah, I think that's the definition of the word, Greg.
Well, no, because you could admire something like, ooh, look at that ass.
Like admiring, like a statue.
That's true. Yeah, that was good.
Like admiring a statue, admiring a butt.
An admire.
You're a secret admirer.
Admiring my mole on
Oh,
my
I found
face.
another good one. Greg?
Who do I admire?
And why did this person come to mind? It can be anything. Someone you know, someone you
It
don't
could
know.
be anything.
Be anyone. What is Oscar doing?
I don't know. I just heard his microphone disconnect.
Nobody, Greg?
You go first.
Okay.
Pass.
I think you already know mine. Omar from the Mars Volta.
Oh yeah.
I admire the shit out of that guy. Why did that guy come to mind? Because he shaped my mentality from a young age.
Yeah.
You guys can attest to that.
True. Yeah, you wouldn't shut up about the Mars Volta for a while.
It's awesome. Actually, it's kind of crazy. His dad has my resume right now.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
That's random.
We just shouldn't talk about it more, but that's all I want to
That's
say.
random as hell.
That's pretty badass,
What
huh?
about you, Oscar?
Wait,
That's
are we
pretty
just gonna glaze over
No,
the
no, no,
fact
that is pretty badass. No, sorry.
Irvin's,
Is there more?
Irvin's
But I think we should
hero.
just stop it at that.
Oh, okay.
Irvin's hero is
No, his
somehow
hero's dad.
connected with Irvin.
Did you ever think that was
Well, I
gonna
met
happen
him.
like full circle? Yeah, I know. Through Cali,
That's
right?
dope.
Yeah.
Through Callister?
Did you? He met his brother too with I was gonna say the Bismarck.
Yeah, I met his family.
The Bismarck.
Dude, okay, next question. If you can have anybody on the podcast, who would it be? For me, it would
Dead
be
or
Omar.
alive?
Dead or alive.
Yeah, dead or alive.
Like, if we can get Omar, guys, that would be the
That would
podcast
be
would
the
be
dream.
successful in my mind already. Like that is it. Even if
We've
we have
made
10
it.
viewers.
remember,
made it.
remember this episode, Irvin, because after we have him on, then you can play it back.
I would listen to it over and over again.
The Omar podcast.
Ah, dude, I would gush.
And be like, hey, can you write us an original song? I just make him work. Can you write us an original song
That man
so we
is
can play it on
prolific.
your
You're making them gush like you're making them squirt.
Yes.
Um,
What about you, Greg or Oscar?
yeah, who would you? Well, no, you want us to skip over the question about
question?
who would admire?
Oh, I thought you didn't want it. I thought you didn't have an answer for that.
I do, but like it's gonna be like really corny and hipster.
Ah,
Is that okay?
yeah, that's fine.
You did.
Be real, Greg.
I admire pretty much anybody who like is willing to do like anybody who seems like they're doing better than me in terms of like a mental state. So like I admire you sometimes a lot, and I admire you a lot sometimes.
Nice.
I admire like a lot of people that I know from like school, like because or like like people always say like, oh my god, like this, look at this fucking guy, like the social what's it called, social justice warriors and all that shit. People who just go and they just do what they want to do because
That's
they
what they
believe
wanna
in it.
do?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people with convictions and people with like ambition. I'm always like in a state of admiration because I have so much doubt all the time.
If you don't believe in anything, you will fall for everything.
That's what Katy Perry said.
No, it's Zig Ziglar.
Oh,
do
she said it
motivating-
in the
So she got it from Zig Ziglar. That's a motivational guy.
You think she knows who the fuck Zig Ziglar is?
I think she knows enough to rip his shit off.
That's a thief right there.
Hey man, that's a large accusation.
You know what,
What if
Katy
we have
Perry-
Katy Perry on?
You know what, Katy Perry? You fucking drug addict. Get the fuck out of here.
She's a drug addict.
I don't know. I hope
Just
so.
assume.
You know what I've noticed? Sometimes people see motivating people and they try and put them down rather than be
Yeah.
motivated by the motivators. What do you think you feel
It's
when you see
easier.
someone?
It's easier to do. They'll go the other way than to
Oh, for
fix
sure.
who you are already.
No. Listen,
Do you think when you see someone who you perceive or whatever as better than you, do you
Right.
think you try and put them down, or does it like motivate you to be?
put him down.
You try and put them down?
No, what do you mean
Oh,
put him
that's your
down?
answer.
Sorry. No. I'm asking like, what do you mean by that?
Like,
I don't understand.
give him shit like he's super positive. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here, and you're like, fuck that place. That place sucks.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Kind of like
just being against
like a
everything.
knee jerk reaction.
Like try rather than being motivated
Right.
by the motivator, you try and shy away from it,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I mean, I guess it goes day to day, but most of the time, I don't know, man. I think it's just really, and we've talked about this before. It's just really like my relationship with myself is not like
Has it
as
improved?
healthy. Yeah,
That's
definitely. I think I'm more like straightforward with myself. Like I'm able to be like just like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you get real with yourself. Cause like I was talking to Oscar about this. No, sorry, I was talking to somebody else. Like we were talking about dieting actually, ironically enough, and we were saying like the hardest thing about dieting or pretty much any like commitment when it comes to discipline, where you're exercising, you're dieting, whatever. It's the fact that it's so easy to justify doing something bad for yourself. Like it's the easiest thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like you can always convince yourself to not do the right thing or to not work hard or to not get up. You know what I'm saying? Because life's always gonna put you down. And I don't know about you guys, but when I do a push up, I rather rest when I'm laying down than when I'm fucking holding a plank. That's how I think about it. Obviously, if life's putting you down, it's just easier to just sit there and be like, oh man. You know what I mean? Like, why are you gonna keep trying to stand up? And
you think that's easier?
It's for sure. It's easier to give up. For
Is it
sure,
though?
it's easier to say everything's fucked. For sure, it's easier to say fuck that guy. For sure, it's easier to say
Is
I don't
it though?
need your fucking help. I believe so because it's such a knee-jerk reaction. I have anger problems, so like it's so much easier for
But
me to
think
just
about it-
react.
Think about it truthfully, though. Is
Okay.
it easier?
Yes, in terms of like
I'm talking about like in the long run.
well,
It gets
obviously not.
harder to keep up with that fucking that type of response and that type of aggression. Like it gets fucking harder and
It's exhausting.
It gets exhausting after a while. It's easier
So
at the
then-
moment,
exactly, but then it gets
Right.
harder.
but then it gets hard. It's easier at the moment, but it gets harder.
'cause-
And being positive is hard at the beginning because you get a lot of drawback, but then eventually it gets easier. Why? Because the other person gets tired of being a piece of shit all the time.
Well, because it's you. I feel like blah, 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 blah. I was
Exactly.
like
I
one thing-
second that. All in favor say why?
When you get information, right? Something happens to you. Your reaction is emotional first, and then like logical. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, anger is. Remember, I told you guys, it's a reaction based on a different emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I constantly find myself trying to practice controlling my emotions.
Because you know what I'm saying? But isn't it so much easier? Like, that's what happens when something happens. If I say something to you, if I do something to you, you're going to feel something, right? Or whatever you guys want to consider feelings, like a signal in the brain. And then you rationalize it. You know what I'm saying? You don't imagine, wouldn't it be crazy if you could just rationalize everything that's coming?
But I think you can train yourself to
for sure.
not feel.
For sure.
No, not feel. I feel
You have to
I feel that I feel. No.
You feel that.
I don't feel like you get rid of that. Like in its entirety, you take it in, you take it for what it is. Like, you know what? I feel jealous. I feel super pissed off and fuck this person. But
move on.
you feel it and you acknowledge it, and then you're like, you know what? There's nothing I can do right now.
Right.
I'm gonna keep moving forward, and for whatever's bugging me, like I will fix it and I will compete. Well, I don't know. For me, it's always competition. Always. That's the one emotion that I have to deal with the most. Competition, because I always want to be on the top, and when there's somebody doing better than me, I'm like, fuck this guy. But then I'm like, okay, what can I do to mitigate these feelings of jealousy? Like, you know what? I'm gonna work just a little bit harder and do everything just a little bit better that I am currently doing, which it'll make a big difference. So that's how I mitigate it.
I think once you realize that everybody is on their own journey and you're not really competing, I think things get a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because you see as someone like, oh, fuck that guy. He's doing, like, he already has a job. But then you're like, but there's so many more aspects to life.
Definitely.
To where, like, you're just focusing on one thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not really a competition.
This is a 3-dimensional world, so there's more to it.
There's too much, yeah.
Yeah, there's way more to it.
So, like, you're really just focusing on one thing.
I mean,
What was the
go
question?
for it.
I don't know. What was
It was people that you admire, and Greg went off on a tangent. And then after that, it was, who would you like to have in the podcast, dead or alive?
Oh, yeah.
So, who would you like to have in the podcast, dead or alive? Because you started going off like, I
was answering the question, the first one.
That was a good answer.
admiring. Yeah.
So you don't have anyone that you admire?
Anyone that I admire.
Or that you would just want to have on the podcast.
Well, I admire both of you guys.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
definitely.
You already got it.
If not, that's why we wouldn't be here.
True.
If not, we wouldn't hang out every weekend. Like, that's really rare for me. I have commitment issues.
You do.
Definitely. So
You would be the biggest flake ever. Dude.
If I trust you, like if I trust you, and like I feel like everything you tell me is constructive. The criticism that you told me is gonna make me better. Like, it's not criticism like just because we go back to that. You feel some kind of hate, some kind of jealousy. Like, it's criticism coming from like, you know what, dog, it's gonna make you better. Like, trust me. Like, I know you. So that's when I start giving up my time. Like, I've always valued time. So I started, you know what?
Time
yeah,
is good.
definitely. I can spare some of my time for you guys, because I know you guys are making that a sacrifice as well.
Damn.
So definitely, I admire you guys. I admire the shit out of my sister, because she has 2 kids, and she's living her best life. Like, she's doing exactly what she wanted to do. So I admire the
dope.
shit out of her.
I haven't spoken to her in a while.
Evelyn Hernandez, a.k.a. La China.
How's she doing?
Used to call
I haven't spoken to her in a long time.
de la China, la chinita se perdió.
My grandpa used to sing that song to her.
Real quick though. I
Yeah.
just want to like acknowledge, because I like what you said, man. That's really nice.
Okay.
Because we have on the text messages. I'm not gonna lie. When you send us, was it you that sent it or was it Irvin?
I don't know.
I think it was you that said it first. Like, hey, I just want to like listen. We're silly. We like to be silly because we don't like to.
Oh, that was
things.
me.
Yeah, like I like how it was just like, hey, you know what? I know we're like talking about all this nonsense, but like, I just want to take a minute. I'm really glad that we're doing this podcast. And, like, it's
Yeah,
really giving me
definitely.
a chance. I love that you said that, dude, because like I feel like that all the time, but I just
You
I
just
said-
can't put it into words.
I said it to my therapist. She's all like, "What kind of support group do you have right now?" And I'm like, "I have a podcast with my cousins, and it helps out a lot because we vent stuff. We have conversations with each other, and we know about each other's goals and everything. So we talk to each other like, hey man, like how's that working out? Like, blah blah, like, you know, friendships, and that's a big deal for me. So Yeah, definitely. And if I could have anybody here, I would have 50 Cent.
Oh,
I would have 50 Cent here.
50? He
Yeah.
was in El Paso not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You should have came to the podcast, 50 Cent. No mames, pinche Curtis Jackson. Que pedo.
Pinche Curtis Jackson.
It's because Curtis Jackson. I like from that documentary, the Hip Hop Evolution.
Yeah.
So I want to know where he fell into there. I think they're barely getting to that point.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't kept up with. There's more episodes now.
I think so because
Okay,
when
let
I
me check it
finished watching it, they were still on that West East Side beef, and they had introduced Outkast.
Yeah.
Dude, just to go back, I think you hit on a pretty dope ass topic earlier
Which one?
about jealousy and competition, and it's something that we've talked about before, but I think it's worth more
Rehashing it a little bit.
just because I think it's a common feeling. I
Yeah,
think we all feel it.
definitely.
If you say you don't feel it, maybe you're weird, you're different. But I think everybody feels it, and you learn how to either use it to your advantage or learn where it stems from. Because of course, like you feel someone's doing better than you or whatever, and you get a little jealous, and that's your competitive spirit inside of
Yeah.
you. We all have a little bit of competitive spirit. You know, it's just us trying to succeed, trying to achieve our goals. But I think, again, I repeat, once you realize it's not really a competition, it's everybody's on their own journey, everybody's doing their own thing. It gets a lot easier. Like you're just like, hey, I'm not.
You
competing
enjoy
with
it.
anybody, yeah. And then especially like, you know, I'm trying to think of so many specific things that, like for example, like I consider mine and Cindy's relationship a beautiful relationship, and I feel like that's something that we have that we were able to build, and I still have so many other things that I want to achieve, but then if I just focus on the things that I don't have, you're missing what you do have,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
And it's just like, why are you just focusing on the things you don't have? You know?
When at the end of the day, when you put it all together, like we're blessed. Like we're
Yeah, dude.
extremely blessed to
Like,
live here in the United States.
yeah, like that even too. Like I feel like I got super lucky with Cindy. Like that was my
hit
legit
the
first
jackpot.
real relationship.
Yep.
It's kind of like you finding the best job of your life on your first try, or you figuring out what you want to do, or succeeding on your right away. And it's like, damn, I got really lucky in there.
Stay in your lane and dominate. That's a Eric Thomas quote. Stay in your lane and dominate. If you know you're good doing this, why are you trying to compete with other people that are way better than you at this other thing? Like, just stay where you're at and dominate that field. Dominate it. And if anybody gets into your lane, guess what? You're the professional in that lane.
Yeah.
So they're like, it'll give you a boost. I feel like, cause you want to compete. You do want to compete and you do want to achieve. And they were like, this is another quote. C.T. Fletcher, his mom told him, boy, like there's always somebody better than you. And then he's all like, Mom, somebody got to be the baddest motherfucker out there.
He wants to.
So he wants to be the baddest
That's
motherfucker
cool. That's
out
what
there.
he wants. That's
So-
his goal.
Definitely, man. I go off on tangents and I lose my initial point. Yeah.
I'd like to have. Oh,
Go ahead.
Get it.
I'd like to have the voice actors, the Spanish voice actors that voice Goku and Vegeta.
He'd like to have their job?
No, I like
No,
to have them on the
here.
podcast.
Oh, that'd be a cool job too.
The lady that does Timmy Turner is really pretty.
Trisha, right? No, something.
Gonzalez.
Oh, have you seen the lady that
Trisha
does Summer?
Takanawa.
That does Summer. That does Summer and Rick and Morty. She's pretty cute.
No, I haven't
Her
seen
name
her.
is Spencer Grammer or something.
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
So who do you have?
Frasier?
Oh no, Irvin said that you would have the Mars Volta. Is he
The whole Mars Volta or just?
I mean, if
Omar?
I could have the whole, yes,
Yeah,
but
Cedric.
Omar?
particularly the guitarist.
I only know Cedric and Omar. That's the only people.
Yeah,
that
they're
matter.
they're
Nah,
basically
just
the Mars Volta. Okay, next question, guys.
people that matter.
Are they still together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're not really doing stuff right now. Are you lying to yourself about anything?
I was.
Damn, dude, no, let's skip that one.
I was
too
lying
real.
to myself about how hard I was working and how much effort I was putting into my diet, my relationship, and my work.
Okay.
I was lying to myself because it felt good to have like a bare minimum type of mentality, but I started stepping it up. Started stepping it up, obtaining things that make me feel good, and more than anything, make our relationship whole. And I started telling myself, you know what? You have to work a little bit harder. You have to wake up a little bit earlier. You just have to. You have no choice. You have to wake up a little bit earlier. You have to stay a little bit longer. You have to put in a little bit more orders. Like you have to do everything a little bit extra. and I feel better. I was telling Greg that I was kind of depressed. It may be seasonal, whatever the case may be, but I was feeling a little bit depressed, and I'm like, "What's going on?" It's because I was too stagnant. I was just there. So, yeah, definitely, I was lying to myself, like looking at myself in the mirror and being like, "Nah, you're good, dog," but in reality, like, no, wait, no mames, ya, ponte las pinches pilas y dale shine, carnal. Métele putazos a Diosdar.
I think I was lying to myself about the police thing. Because I think I got so deep into it that it was like what I wanted. But then as I slowly back off from the police thing, not like the FBI, I'm still interested in that, but like the police department stuff, as I start realizing like I'm probably not going to end up doing that, I realized I was just like so into it that I just really wanted to accomplish it and do it, when in reality, like, there was other things in my mind where I was like, damn, like, do I really want to risk my life every day? And especially the nicer my life outside of work got, I guess, where I was like, damn, do I want to lose
All of this.
everything I'm building? Do I want to, like, because anything can happen, not even just get killed, you can get disabled, you know, like get shot in the back and then you can't walk for the rest of your life, or just like such a risky job. So I think I was lying to myself that I wanted something extreme when really I just wanted to be comfortable. I just want comfort, and I want my excitement to come from my travels and from my choosing, my choice, you know.
But it's nice to have that choice, you know.
Yeah,
That's why I don't ride quads, or I don't ride
because it's your choice.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna get fucked up. Like if something happens, like you get fucked up. There's no avoiding it.
Yeah.
So I can get why you say, like, you know what, it's my choice to not put my life in jeopardy.
I would tell myself, like, if the situation ever came and I had to kill somebody, I think I would lie to myself. I was lying to myself and saying, yeah, I would kill somebody. But it's like, that's rough, you know?
Yeah.
Can you really do that? Can you just... Because I think it's just an action. You have to be trained it into you where it just happens. It's just like a response where you don't even think about it, you know?
That's a big reason why I left the military, too, because I hate it that I couldn't leave.
You had no control.
No, like I was basically doing it. And some people would like that stuff, like that structure, but
So you're lying to yourself.
I'm honestly, I like myself all the time.
That like
that
about the
I'm
military
okay.
stuff too.
No, yeah, well, yeah, that's a big example. That
You're okay.
Yeah, you know, people ask you like, "You okay?" But like, okay has like such a.
It's a broad
when I was in anger management, I was like, one of those actually guys. Well, actually, I mean, because like, how can we get back to okay
reality?
When did you start getting angry though?
And I was like,
I don't remember you being angry as a kid. You were just a little crybaby.
To reality.
That was me getting pissed.
That was you getting pissed?
Listen, man, I honestly believe that if this was like back in the day, like in the caveman days, I would definitely not make it.
I don't think.
I don't have anything. I don't have any like survival like.
You don't need
instincts,
to,
brother. I'm a fucking pussy.
Just
dude.
stay part of the tribe.
You don't need to. Just stay
like
in the
I'd be
tribe.
the gimp.
What is that? Like a disabled person?
What's a
I'd be
gimp?
like the dude that like
Everybody fucks.
hey, my wife's not here, but I want some.
Damn.
Like, all right,
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
you know, I get a warm bed.
Do you think you have like an imbalance?
I don't know about that. Like I used to think about that too. Like, I mean, there's got to be something wrong.
Why don't you take some medicine? Haven't you ever gotten
they wanted to prescribe me something, but
maybe you're like
I just
a
don't want to
legit.
be
It's
on
because
that shit,
I think there are very few people. I think there's a lot of people who take antidepressants.
Here's another question. Does it piss you off that you live all the way in Tornillo and you have like and you're living in the current location? Does it piss you off because in Alaska, I mean, it was your shit.
Nebraska.
Everything in Nebraska. My bad. In Nebraska, everything was your shit, and you got everything, and you were set. Does it piss you off? I think it pisses you off. I feel like
Right.
it pisses you off that it is what it is right now.
What it is?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you took a step back? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I was
career-wise?
getting mad out there too.
Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
nah,
That's what I'm telling you, dude.
Never mind.
I just
Te estoy tratando de echar un paro, pero
Listen,
no.
man. Listen.
Listen.
I think
I'm listening.
like I was saying, there's people who take antidepressants, and I think
don't do that shit.
they're going through like a shitty
want to.
situation, right?
Right.
I think Joe Rogan's talked about this before, and it's like, fix the situation. But I think maybe for you, Greg, like maybe you legit have some fucked up shit in your brain where you
I
need
think about that. too.
medicine.
Listen, man, that dude sometimes think like there's something wrong, like it's not normal. You know what I mean? Like
It's
I'm
probably
not,
not.
I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody with like legit like whole shit. Like I can't even.
Well, how do you know you're not legitly like fucked up?
Because
Well,
he's not, dog.
But listen, like there's times where like when I went to therapy in the military, that was only briefly, but the guy did kind of do like a diagnosis.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly the words that he said. He basically called me a fucking huge pussy, but he labeled it as.
That's not what he said at all, but
No,
that's
no,
how
no,
Greg
no, but
interprets
listen,
it.
That's why you need to start doing
It said
fucking
trouble adjusting
Calisthenics.
with life transitions.
Right. You mentioned that.
So, in my mind, like I was like, oh fuck, I didn't even think about it that way. Because there's some things that are just like part of fucking life. And listen, I'm logical and I can say, okay, this is what has to be done. But for some reason, I just overreact and I just can't like.
I think that's your
It's
anxiety,
really
dude.
weird, dude.
That's you losing, like, feeling like you're
Sucks.
losing
That's your
grip.
anxiety,
Fucking,
man.
sometimes I'll just yell.
That's
No
a
way.
And Melissa would be like, what the fuck was wrong? And I'm just like, I don't
You
know.
need to, you know what you need to do?
I
You-
really needed to yell. I don't
You
know.
need to get exhausted. You need to get exhausted.
jerk it all the
Get punched in the face.
get punched.
Like
Just-
you need
so
to.
be an MMA fighter.
You need to. Nah. You just need to let it out, man. Like you have everything caged, dog. Like you need to fucking get out more or some shit, man. Get some air. No mames.
I legit think you need a medication, Greg.
Nah, that's the way.
I need some-
Ever
I
since you
just
put
need
on
a-
those
I just-
glasses, you've been having all this scientific kind of
I just need to
fucking
blaze
thoughts,
it
man.
up 420
Let me
style,
tell
brother.
you-
I
let
just
me
need
tell
to
you
blaze it
something.
up.
Okay, let's not
Glaze.
over this subject. Irvin,
Fuck your
when
glasses,
did you buy
boy.
these glasses?
Oh, for school. That's because I couldn't see the what do you call it?
The pizarrón.
my right eye's fucked up.
Neta,
Just the right one though, not the left one.
they're nice though.
What's your
I like
vision?
them. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Now I kind of want to have fucked
40?
up vision so I can have glasses.
Can I try one?
I wish both eyes were
Poke
fucked
my
up.
eye.
Just one of them.
Hey, Greg, poke my eye, then I'll go to the doctor.
The right one.
Oh shit, yeah, it's pretty
You
bad.
don't look right.
That's pretty bad. I wanted to wear glasses when I was little.
I'm gonna make them big.
Doesn't cabezón.
When I
Some
was
mushroom
little, I
head.
wanted it. I thought people were wearing glasses like to be fashionable. So I
They're
was like,
cool.
yo quiero lente también, mi
Oh, and it's because I think
I don't think you have such an imbalance where you need medication. You think so?
hold on, let me tell you why I was wearing the glasses.
yeah.
Okay.
I started watching this show on HBO called Silicon Valley, and when I'm watching it, my eyes get tired and my head hurts. So like when I put on the glasses, it's easier to watch the show. So I just kind of wear them more often now. I'm really into that series.
We're on that Drake shit. If not, we would have been up in Silicon trying to get our billions on.
Damn, how do you remember these verses, dude?
Because fucking Drake is epic, dude.
Oh, back to Greg actually, real quick. I was gonna say, my mom's on antidepressants now, and it's helping her, and anti-anxiety. Well, I say, why don't you just give it a little test
I'm
run?
just weary about that shit, man.
Yeah.
Because they give them out like candy, dude.
No, dude. But you've been living with this shit for a while.
You know what I'm talking about, Rascal. You know my.
It can only make you have violent diarrhea and more
violent diarrhea.
and more suicidal thoughts. That's the only thing it can.
No, I
do.
mean, of course, and then of course, like with, I guess because I've realized how medication it does work, like Israel, like it works. On my mom, it works. You can see the change in them. My mom no longer gives a fuck about the little stuff where it's like, Mom, what the fuck? Why are you getting pissed off over that? Like, that means nothing. And now she's
those
like,
are moms, dog.
Now she's like, no, sabes qué? No, sí, like, I don't know why that used to. So you'll probably be that type of person where you start taking it and you'll be like, why did I give a fuck so much about like that before? And then we'll play this podcast and you'll be like, thank you.
I think you just need to meditate more, man. Take more time.
It's because, of course, there's natural ways of.
I say you try the
fixing
natural
that.
way.
If you wanna
try
try
the
the
natural
natural
way
ways.
first. And then if you feel like, ¿sabes qué? Exhaust everything before you're like, ¿sabes qué? I'm going to use the drugs. And if you do, what is that drug called that makes you like focus a lot or what?
Adderall?
Yeah, get some Adderall too for me.
Get the big old.
He's all
subscription.
prescribing shit to you.
Mochate.
Don't take medicine, but take Adderall. And then give
I'm
me
not
some
saying.
too.
I'm not saying.
Isn't that-
Greg,
isn't that
no.
speed?
I'm not saying Greg take Adderall. I'm saying Greg obtain some Adderall and then give it
and
to
then
me.
give it to me.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely have to cut that part out if I ever do get Adderall.
Let me find another question.
Oh shit! So you are playing the game?
I feel like they would give it to me.
You know what? I just think you need a lot of meditation, man.
I used to, man. You know what? I
How many dates do you take yourself out on? By yourself, for yourself, by yourself.
I mean, hanging out with you guys is like my day off.
But sí, güey, pero dates like tú, güey, tú solo, like vas a la tienda tú solo, or like you know, like go for a cruise or
I
like
do,
shit like
man.
that.
No, I don't think I don't. Like Kevin Hart had a funny bit about that actually. Like sometimes you'll just sit in your car before you go inside. You just be like, damn, I gotta go and deal with this shit. Not because you don't love your family, but like, yeah, I do stuff like that too. Like sometimes I'll take the long way home or something.
Masturbate in the car.
I mean, no, I don't, Melissa. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like I do things like that. You know, like I'll be like, hey, let me go to the store. Let me go do this, just so I can have some time. Or I go take a shit for like a long time. You know.
Shits are nice.
I do take my.
Or maybe you need more excitement in your life. You need different shit, man. You need to find different hobbies, different fucking
Or you need
goals. I don't know,
man.
something new.
It's really.
Xanax.
Damn, pop them
It
Xannies.
sucks, dude.
Sí, güey. Pues primero exhaust.
It's just a bummer.
Exhaust every fucking possibility that you can.
Watch, man.
Have you ever tried waking up at 4 a.m?
Yeah.
Do that for a whole fucking 2 weeks.
It's nice waking up early. I'm not gonna
Wake
lie.
up at that time every day,
I mean,
and you'll see how you're not even gonna think about it because you're gonna be so fucking tired.
I mean, we were just talking about how tired I am.
Pues sí, güey, pero te vas a dormir temprano porque te vas a levantar temprano.
Yeah.
Sí,
yeah, I need
güey.
to try to go to
It's
bed
gonna-
early.
it's gonna, like-
It's hard with the kids though.
Listen, Greg.
Pues déjaselos a Melissa.
Well, yeah.
Just be like, ¿sabes qué? Los vas a cuidar porque me voy a dormir, porque me voy a levantar temprano.
Listen, man.
Pa'
you
mi
gotta-
chompa.
It's a give and take, man. You can't just
Nah.
start giving out orders.
Mira, Melissa. Vas a
letting you
escuchar,
know. Get Oscar.
Watch.
I love that he's got my back though. I love you, bro.
Got your back, big dog.
Listen. Oh, that's cute. Hey, I want one too.
I'll suck you off, dog.
Thank you.
Pero dáseme para atrás, pinche joto. No seas joto, puto.
fucking gay, güey.
Hold on. Let me tell you.
All right,
A ver, pues. I want to hear more of Irvin's
yeah. Questions
like, with the pills type of thing.
Oh, right. I do honestly think you have a disorder, like an imbalance. Because it's not normal to feel the way you feel. And I feel like if you don't fix the root cause, you can't fix the outside. Because the root's still fucked up. I think that's what it is, dude. And I think your pride and your stubbornness is preventing you from accepting that you have this and taking medicine for it. And at least try it.
Or doing
You know what I
anything
mean?
for it.
Yeah, at least try it, dude. Like, try,
At least try the gym.
you know...
I'm going to the gym.
Fuck you and your calisthenics.
You know, I don't know. I think
I
it
peed myself last
I
time I
think
was
it
running
can
so
be-
much.
Like last time, you actually scared me, man.
I don't think that's
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. I don't know if I should talk about this on the podcast,
What are you
but
talking about?
you were
Are you
talking.
gonna Brendan shot me?
I know. That's exactly what I was going to say. This is your Brendan Schaub moment.
This is Brandon Schaub moment. Actually, fuck it.
Oh, no.
This might not even air. We might not even post it. But you,
Are you
I don't
Brian
know.
Callen?
I don't know if you were talking about it jokingly, but you were like something about killing yourself, and I was like, okay, Greg. You mentioned that.
And
a
I
few-
heard you go.
You've
a
mentioned
little
that a few too many times, where I'm just kind of thinking like, okay, Greg, like, are you asking for help, or are you just fucking around? Because you know it's funny
Yeah,
and
don't
stuff,
kill
but like,
yourself, dude.
it's funny and stuff,
Yeah,
but
you
like,
better not
Oh,
kill
it's-
yourself. Dude,
I mean,
if you
it's not
kill
funny.
Are you
yourself,
gonna be mad?
if you kill yourself, this is what's gonna happen. 100%. If you kill yourself, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh my God.
Go get you and
kill
bring
Irvin.
it back. No. This is how it's
funny,
gonna go down. You're gonna
Okay.
kill yourself. I'm gonna kill myself. Go get you, beat the shit out of you, bring you back, and then we're gonna like live again.
beat
and
the
then
shit
be
out of me
like-
again?
Come
And
back
beat the
home.
shit out of you
Just
For
again.
good measure.
Because I've spoken with people who've had those thoughts before, and they're open about it, and they're like, dude, I got through it, but it was a dark time, and it's not uncommon, dude. Like people
Nah,
go through
everybody
that.
goes through it.
But if you do go through it, man, just know we're here. Don't do it.
You're here to carry my ashes.
Don't fucking
Oh
because
my
it's
God.
it's not
No, listen.
it's not like gonna make you it's not gonna hurt anybody but the people that
Right.
love you.
Well, of course.
Like Bill Burr, I'm gonna kill myself over the silliest things. Like I forgot the Cool Whip for the pie. I'm just gonna kill sometimes I think about killing myself over the littlest of things. I'm like, I just want to die. Like fuck it.
Because of the cool one.
Like if I'm driving in my truck, I'm like, I bet you I can pull it off and just go a little bit to the side. Just a little bit to the side, and I'll see a poste and Densky's.
What if you don't die though, and you just like fucking, you're all disabled?
You're like,
But yeah, Greg, is there something you want to say?
Sí, güey,
This is your
güey,
time.
Something in there.
Los
Oh,
mamón.
okay. Well,
Have you ever had like
of course.
thoughts, but
Yeah.
serious thoughts?
I think the most serious I ever got, and I've talked to my therapist about this too.
Good.
It was
That's good.
Like
That's
back
great
in
that you're
like
talking
back
about.
in like school, like when I was really young, like when I was getting bullied a lot.
Who would bully you?
Just kids.
What's their
And the thing
address?
is that
What's his
It
name?
wasn't even. Go fuck him up. I actually bumped into one of them.
you should have fucked his ass up.
Nah, man, it was just.
Nah,
isn't about
fuck.
Retribution.
fuck. This
is
isn't about
about-
I'm not
retribution. This is
vengeful
about
person.
This is about personal
fucking his
growth.
ass up.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is.
But fucking.
What
his
what
ass.
would they do to you or what? What
It was basically just
Did they
teasing,
touch you?
honestly. Yeah, where did
Teasing?
they touch me?
I'm gonna bring a little monito and you point to where
And-
it touch you.
I want you to.
I told you
I've
the
never
story-
gone through this
I told
before,
you the
so I don't
story
know.
about. It was in 5th grade, and like I was getting teased a lot, like
About what?
very
though?
Yeah,
common
what were-
thing.
what about?
It's very common things. Like I was a weird kid. I've always been an awkward guy, and I didn't always dress as fine. I was kidding.
So you were pretty much a little bitch.
Yeah, I was a little bitch, dude. Like I was skinny, you know, and I was awkward. And I always, since I was raised by women, like I always got along with girls more. Obviously, now in retrospect, I could have been like, yeah, I get all the bitches. But back then, people were like calling me gay and stuff because I only hung out with girls all the time.
And that affected
And
you.
like even then, I was like starting to get into magic.
You were
and
what?
shit like that. Starting to get
Oh,
into
magic?
magic. And then I got hit with like the comedy bug. So like I was always trying to make people laugh. And I didn't care if I was like throwing myself on the floor or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You just wanted to laugh.
I was like Chris Farley, but well, not as funny.
How did people's laughter make you feel? Or
But you
what?
found other people like you too.
Because to me, laughter, like people who made other people laugh, like it seemed like comedy was like something that you ascended beyond everything. It didn't matter if you weren't the strongest, if you weren't the coolest, if you weren't if you were dumb or not, whatever. Like comedy was like something that like, hey, that guy's funny. He says something funny. We're all laughing because that's funny. So like I kind of started association with that with like, oh, you know what? If I'm funny, then
All the
people
other
will
stuff.
like me.
Like all the other stuff is erased.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's beyond everything, and that's why I love comedy. That's why I joke a lot because it's a self-defense mechanism for me.
And
And
maybe
I've gotten
that's-
so used to it. So when I talk about killing myself, because my therapist used to she didn't get mad at me, but she would get concerned too because I'd say jokes like that too.
You always do.
And
dude.
like this, she'd be like, "Is that a real thing?" And I'm like, "No, I am so sorry. Like, this is my sense of humor. Obviously I'm not gonna kill myself." And I think one time I was like, "And if I did, I'm not gonna tell you that." And she was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "I'm sorry. I can't help it."
It's
Okay,
fun to
that's
say
kinda
it
funny.
because my mom's all like, "Ay, ni Dios lo mande."
No, I'm not. Listen, I told you guys before, and it was that day I told you how much anxiety it gives me to even think about like what people are gonna do after I kill myself. That it's not even worth it. Like it gives me more anxiety thinking what's gonna happen after I'm dead than the anxiety I have now. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you
like
what.
just to think about like what my wife's gonna do and what my little girls are gonna think.
What's
like
she
I'm
gonna
like,
do?
oh fuck that. No, like no. I can't do that. I can't do that to them.
Your wife is gonna fuck another guy and your little girls are gonna become strippers. That's what's gonna happen. Nah, man.
Why you gonna get a
I
redneck
fuck.
accent?
I fuck around like that too. Cause I told whenever I walk around naked in the house, I grab the knife and I pretend I'm gonna chop my dick off.
oh my god.
And then Sarah's all like, "No,
to a whole nother
don't
level.
do that." And I'm like, "Fuck this dude." or if I'm just there, like I may not be naked, but I'm just there. I get the knife and I pretend I'm stabbing myself.
Oh my god. What?
I heard.
Just because it's fucking funny,
I
dude.
heard in the grapevine that one time when you were little, you pulled a knife on Evelyn.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Tell us that story.
There is no grapevine. It's
Okay,
my
my
mom.
grandma.
Yeah, there you go. There is no grapevine.
Greg,
Like,
how are
we
you
know.
not part of the chisme? Like, where are you getting your?
Okay,
What's
because
your
I lived
source?
with my grandma for so long.
What's your source? Is it
Nah,
is my grandma?
nah, porque todavía my mom's included in it too. Todas, les encanta el chisme.
They love
For
talking
sure, dude.
shit.
They
dude.
live for it, dog.
Our families.
I told my mom that, like, no mames, mom, like, ya
And there's no
estuvo.
shame, dude. They just sit down on their little couch, get the phone. No ma, es que este cabrón.
No, and then they don't acknowledge it when the other parties around. Like
Yeah.
everybody's just walking around eggshells. Like I hate that shit, dude.
I don't like it. That's why if I'm gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit to your face.
Like that day,
Like you,
that day
fuck
when
you.
my mom called me out and he's like, "Ah, que sí, mijo, que se acercó tu primo." Like I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking touch that
That's
shit. Like, that's your
stupid.
guys' shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't fucking.
They wanna include you in their fucking.
Yeah, like someone me ya que no sabe lo que me dijo tu mamá. I don't care. I don't want to know.
No, I don't wanna
like
hear it.
sometimes she'll tell me shit. I'm just like, ah. Why? Why
I was having
now I have that shit in my brain.
that discussion with Cindy last time because about the gossip, and I was like, okay, I always try and look at like, well, maybe what's the positive side of it? Like, maybe there's a benefit to gossip, and I was like, well, maybe it sets like certain social standards within the group or the community where like, okay, this is what we all agree on, and this is what we're all gonna do. Like, and they're talking shit like, oh, Irvin no ha tenido hijos, no ha tenido, like that's the standard. You have to have kids. No ha tenido hijos porque no, and then the grandma says no, and then my tia says no ha tenido hijos, and then it's like, damn, there's this pressure now. I have to have kids because I need to live up to that social standard. You know what I mean? So maybe gossip does have its like use.
Well, I
It
think
sets pressure because of all the community
Yeah.
that agrees on it.
I mean, maybe like back in the day, like when you had like a really small village, like it was a good way to
help out.
to help out and to make sure that the community is healthy without gossip. You know, if somebody's like stealing bread or something, if nobody says anything, it's pretty much kind of like tattletale in a way, you know. But it's a good way to kind of be like, hey, I've been hearing from these 3 people that this motherfucker's stealing bread. So let's investigate. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of maybe how it got its origins. But obviously now we don't have to worry about so much stuff. So it's just kind of like a fun thing to do. I mean, that's the same reason why people like to look at TMZ and like E and shit.
I like having conversations about it. Like at work, a lot of guys, we talk about, you know, certain things and things that we feel like could be done differently, or the way a person said this or did that. But I feel like if I can't have that conversation with that person, it kind of sucks, because then I'm always like thinking about it, like, oh shit, like I said that, or like, I don't know. I like to stay away from it as much as I can. It's gonna happen that you get involved in the conversation, but every time something like that has been brought up, I'm like, nah, wait, no mames, like, yeah, like don't say that shit. Or if they start wanting to bring it up in front of the person, but they include me in the conversation, like I said, I'm like, nah, dude, like tell the truth, like, you know, you que nada, güey, no seas mamón. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like gossip. I don't like it.
There's always that one rebellious person who's just like, I don't want to meet these social standards, so I'm leaving, or like, fuck everybody, fuck this family, or you know, and then they just.
You know what? And that's why my mom gets upset, because I don't really hang out a lot with all of them
With the fam?
together, because I don't want to hear a lot of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
en veces nomás se habla de problemas, and I'm like, yo no quiero hablar de problemas. Like, yo vine aquí porque te vine a mirar y porque quería ver cómo estaban, y quiero ayudarles y quiero reír con ustedes. No quiero escuchar qué pasó allá y por qué pasó y fulano ya no tiene dinero, lo que sea. I'm like, no me importa. Like, we are healthy. We're good. Like, let's have a good time.
Yeah. I was thinking last time about like, what's the point of personal growth? Like in the end, like why become a better person? Why be a better person? You know, like what's the incentive? And I think for me, it's like, because I think I've lived the life of the shitty life, I guess, and the good life. And I like the good life much better. So I feel like if I become a good person and work on myself, it's a lot easier to have more of the good experiences than the bad experiences. Like if you're a good person, you're going to attract good people. You're going to attract good energies, good jobs, good experiences, good. And you know, and the other way, you're just going to keep living like the shitty life. So I think that's the incentive of personal growth and making yourself a better person. So you have more pleasurable and nice experiences as opposed to shitty, like just bad experiences.
I can't remember in what podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan's podcast. Somebody talks about how people feel more fulfilled when they give.
Yeah.
When they give more, they feel more fulfilled. And Joe Rogan wasn't really grasping that concept. But it's true. When I give more, when I give back more, when I make myself a little bit more available and all of that good stuff,
it feels nice.
It feels nice, because I feel like I'm being put whole. Another name drop is freaking, what's his name? The motivational speaker.
Zig?
No, the guy with the big head.
Oh, fucking the banana hands?
Yeah.
Banana fingers?
God, ¿cómo se llama
The big head.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He came out
God,
in,
what's his name? He came out in
Hell.
Shallow Hal Needs a
Shallow
Gal.
Hell.
Jack Black?
What's his name, dude? You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly who you're talking
Jason
about.
Alexander?
No.
What is his name in the...
What is that?
Okay, let's.
George Costanza from Seinfeld?
Oh, yeah.
No.
What is his name in the
I
cast of fucking
can't
show?
remember his name.
Kramer.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Jerry Seinfeld.
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, though.
He was talking about how in Thanksgiving he started giving one turkey and then several turkeys and everything. He's all like, he talks about that. He's all like, give more.
It just feels
Give
good.
back more, because it'll make you a better person, make you feel whole. Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
It'll make you feel better. It'll make you feel complete. So give more, give back more.
Okay, here's another question. What's your favorite part of yourself that isn't physical?
My
Who wants to
breath.
breath.
That isn't physical. I like the fact that I breathe. That shit.
I like that I've been able to build my patience.
Nice.
I like that. I've been doing it more and more. Like, this is an Eric Thomas teaching. So Eric Thomas says, get in the longer lines on purpose.
Yeah.
On the highway, like, let people in.
Just
like,
to build it.
Just
That's
to
a nice,
build
that's
tolerance,
badass.
build patience.
Yeah.
And I started doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I create the gap. I take the longer lines. I park at the very end of the parking lot.
Nice.
Like, I just do everything a little extra. But I do give myself that time, though, that, like, if I have to be here at 7, then
Yeah.
I'm going to take off an hour
It's kind of like
earlier
how you
so I
were
can do
saying
that.
about the cleaning, how pick up everything, because it'll get you into that mindset.
To that habit.
So with the patience, too. That's cool. I like that. See, like, I don't give a fuck where I park. I don't care, like, what.
It doesn't really make a difference.
And I think because Israel and my mom have helped me with my patience so much. Because, like, Israel, I think not too long ago, I finally accepted that the shit he does is because he's sick. It took me 27 years.
Dude, definitely. It sounded like you were still thinking about it when when we spoke about it in the podcast. It sounded like you were still, like, trying to figure it out. Like, is it for real or what the fuck? Like,
and I think once you accept that it's the sickness, everything gets so much easier. Because it's like, why is there a fucking toilet paper full of shit on the floor right now? It's like, oh, it's because he's sick.
yeah, you're trying to think of him like on a level like he's coherent sometimes. Like,
Yeah, because
he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, because sometimes it seems like, like, how the fuck did you hack into a computer and and download 6 fucking months of porn? Like, how did you do that? There was a password on that computer. And then it's like, what? How can you do that, but you can't clean the toilet? And it's like, he's
a specialist.
He's just he's a specialist in porn, dude. He's just a very persistent motherfucker, Israel. Like, I'll lock my door, right, so he doesn't get in and use all my shit, because he just gets in and just, like, gets the Q-tips, leave them all yellow on the floor, gets all the cologne, sprays it all on himself, finishes it all, gets my socks, showers 4 times a day, uses my underwear, like, stuff that you're like, that's kind of annoying. It's like, so I would lock my room. And then when I wouldn't unlock it, he would always get in and do it. And I'd be like, how do you know when I don't lock my room? And it's because he's such a persistent motherfucker that every day he has nothing else to do. He just goes and checks to see if the door is open. He just checks to see if the door is open.
Cabrón.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and I tell him, Israel, don't do that. Stop it. Like, why are you doing that? And he just doesn't get it. And it's just like, it's because you're sick. And
I'm not gonna lie, he has a good, cool hat collection.
he does.
Yeah. And he's got enough instruments to start his own band for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He goes to Walmart and plays.
I'm glad.
does he?
I'm glad to have him here whenever.
do it.
whenever
Yeah,
we
well,
get him here.
I'll try and schedule him for
your brother.
the next few weeks. So in the next few weeks, we're gonna have. I think next week it's Gilbert Favela. He is
Politics guy.
passionate about politics, so that
That's
one will
good
be cool.
because I'm like ignorant. I should put more time and patience
Yeah,
into
ask him
that.
as many questions as you want. He's
Yeah.
very knowledgeable. And then we're gonna have Chen Xiaofei, which is a Chinese national, part of the Communist Party, and she wants to give us her perspective on China and what it is like to live there and grow up there. Because we have all these ideas of what China's like, because we hear what they tell us.
I like their
But
plates.
Let's hear what they say. Actually, we ate some badass dumplings. Chinese plates?
China plates.
Those two and the
Alright.
Greg wanted to bring an electrical engineer.
the
no,
electrical guy.
You wanted to bring an
I don't-
electrical engineer.
I'm still working on that.
That's fine.
He's kind of camera
What's his
shy.
name?
He's camera shy. His name is Andres.
And then you were gonna get the fitness girl.
I wanna see if I can
That'd be dope.
yeah if I
You started
can
following
invite
her, huh?
Yeah, I want to see if I'm able to get her on here. Her name is Jovi Castillo. I don't know if some people are familiar with her or follow her on Instagram, She has really great Instagram content. The only reason why I would want to have her here is because I know her. I'm not that far back, but I know her. I used to see her at the James Watt EP Fitness. And she was barely getting into lifting weights. And then she used to work out at Sick Fucks. It was right in front of James the EP Fitness on James Watt. And then when Lee Trevino opened, she would be there, and then I would see her there, and then in a competition, actually, she was a judge, and then she also saw me in another competition, and then at show-offs, I would run into her, and I would say hi to her. She was very down to earth, has great conversations, great personality. She's a people person, definitely. So it would be awesome to have her here because I know a lot of women that I know follow her and really admire her stuff. So that'll be great to have her here.
What are the chances you think we get her on here?
I think they're pretty good. But I have to really have a conversation with her and see if her schedule's free, if she's in town, all of that good stuff, and really schedule it. But definitely, I feel like we have a good possibility that we can get her here in the podcast.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, next question, guys.
You didn't answer the question. The question?
What was the question?
You said, what is something you like about yourself?
Oh, about myself? I think I've already spoken about it. I like my positivity. I think similar to how you have a mental imbalance, because I really think you do. I think I have a mental imbalance too. But
Stop saying that.
But I think in the positive way, where I'm just like,
wow,
just stupidly positive, where I can't help it.
Delusional.
Yeah, like delusional. I'm delusional, I think.
Same.
And it helps.
I have a little bit of both of you guys, because I get angry to the point where I am really upset, but then when I'm able to control it and it fades away, like I'm positive for no reason. Like, but like people, like this is literally people like, why are you so peppy in the morning?
Yeah.
Like,
And
what the hell is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm gonna do me, and you're gonna do your repressed fucking life.
Have you ever hit?
Fuck you.
Have you ever hit yourself like in that spot, like that perfect spot where it hurts like a motherfucker? A lot of people are like, "Estás bien?" And you're like, "No me hablas, cabrón." Like that's how I get. That's how mad I get.
You know what I say whenever
don't
I
even fucking look at me. Like I don't want anyone to exist.
Whenever I hit myself, I
That's
just
an
say,
imbalance, motherfucker. How do you not want to take medicine for
Hey,
that?
what if you hit your little toe on the edge of anything?
I don't feel that
Or
way.
you hit your on the corner of the table. You hit your head.
Not even that.
Or
part.
your elbow. Or your shin.
Hasta me quiero matar a la chingada.
If you hit your shin on the fucking if you have a truck, you know the hitch. You hit your shin on the
Fuck
hitch.
that.
Oh
Everyone
my
can go
God.
Suck my dick. I'm just kidding.
I think I
but
just laugh everything out.
I wanted to talk about the thing that I like because the other day it was actually
That's the shit
yesterday.
I
It was
don't
yesterday.
like.
I love like the admiration and like this unconditional love that my kids are starting to give me. Well, my oldest, because my little one doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. All she knows is that there's food, in my hand.
Hell
She's
yeah.
like, but like the other day, dude, out of nowhere. So I'm in the back seat because we went to the mall and I had to sit between the two car seats. We need an SUV really bad because we had my suegra in the front. And so there, and all of a sudden I'm just like messing around with my little girl. I'm just like, like making faces and stuff. And then she just looks at me, dude, out of fucking nowhere, and she just goes, "You make me happy?" And I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "I don't know,
yes,
do I
yes.
make you happy?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, that's so nice." And then the other day,
That's cute, man.
we like to lay down, like all of us, because we're fucking lazy. And I picked her up and I started hugging her and I kind of started rolling. And she goes, "You're my best friend." She just fucking said that.
so
I've
cute.
never said that to her ever. Because I fucking hate her. No, I'm just kidding. No, but she said
That's so
that
cute.
out of nowhere, dude, like
Dang.
unprovoked. And like, dude, I was like, oh my God, like you're giving me something that I feel like I don't deserve sometimes because I'm a piece of shit to myself. But like really, like I was like, damn, I'm glad that I have that she can get that she gives me.
It's
That.
like
And
that
also
little-
Melissa, like sometimes she'll just be like, hey, like you're such a good dad or something.
Nice.
I was like, damn, like
That positive reinforcement, man. We all need it.
It's like that boost, huh?
Yeah, we all
that.
need it. No matter how positive I think I am,
Saiyan.
I always like that extra that Sarah gives me. That extra. That
yeah,
es una
extra.
semilla de ermitaño.
Yeah, well, just right now, Sarah sent me a text saying to kick some ass.
She
Read
wants
it
you
out
to
loud.
kick your ass.
Kick ass, baby.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
fucking cute.
She just, I don't know. I feel like We're very grateful to have. We're very fortunate to have people like that in our lives.
Yeah, having someone there who just thinks about you and hopes for the best.
We're very highly of you. Like I'm like Sarah. Like you think like I'm like the next Barack Obama or
Here,
something.
this actually leads me to the next question. I feel loved when blank.
When I get a blowjob.
Fellatio. Oh, damn it!
God damn! You went all like
When
professional.
I get sloppy toppy, dog.
Fellatio. And then Oscar's like,
Fellatio. When I get my dick sucked.
Damn it!
When I
have
get
you
my
ever
dick
listened
sucked.
to that whole 5 love languages thing? You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
What's yours?
What do you mean language?
I haven't really
Let me look
researched
into them
it.
real quick.
I think for me it's acts of kindness.
When do you feel most love?
Acts of kindness?
I feel the most love when.
Acts of kindness?
Yeah, I think that's mine.
Oh, when they make me what I like to
or
eat.
that I give.
Well,
I feel the most love whenever they make me the shit that I like to eat.
really?
Yeah, that shit gets to me. Like
so prank
whenever
gifts?
like Sarah makes me good ass food or my
So,
mom
yeah,
makes
acts
some
of
good ass
service.
food, that shit makes me fucking hard.
Yeah, I think I like to do acts of service.
Oh, some chile rellenos, te mamas,
There's
güey.
physical, right? Like affection. Like
I'm trying to find it real
like
quick.
Touching, and then there's
Caldo
like,
de res, güey, no mames.
and then there's acts of service. There's gifts.
Okay, here it is.
There you go. Words of affirmation.
Pinche pan dulce
All right.
con
For me, for sure,
cafecito,
it's
no
touch.
mames.
I love it when Cindy gives me cosquillitas and when she
Ay,
hugs
ni
me.
chingas.
So number one is
Una,
words
y
of,
luego que te rasquen la espalda, güey, no seas mamón.
okay. Look, this is words of affirmation. Expresses love with words that build up your partner. Verbal compliments don't have to be complicated. The shortest and simple praises can be most effective. Like, that dress makes your ass look incredible. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that.
Oh.
That dress looks incredible on you.
I was like, wow.
You always make me laugh. I love your hair today.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good.
And you know
I
what?
think
It doesn't
anybody
have to
likes
be-
word
It
affirmation.
doesn't have to be just one, too, right? It could
Yeah, you can be several.
Acts of service, so the partner you might have this love language if their motto is actions speak louder than words. And see, I like to do stuff like that. Cooking a meal. I don't cook though. Doing laundry, pick a prescription.
Wait. Picking
Gifts.
after yourself.
Yeah.
What about gifts? I think gifts is my least.
Receiving gifts.
Yeah.
That's definitely my in-laws.
Gifts?
Yeah, they give each other badass gifts. I suck at giving gifts.
Nah, you just don't want to spend the money.
No. That but also I suck, dude. I'm not good. And then quality time.
Sarah likes quality time.
No
That's all she asks
televisions,
for.
no smartphones or anything.
What, Irvin?
You always say skunk
And then
ass.
physical
Bitch
touch.
asshole ass con
I like
ass
physical
booty ass
touch, too.
bitch.
Physical touch is beautiful. I love physical touch. I think that's my favorite.
I wanna touch you there.
What?
I wanna do you here
I don't know that one.
when the sun rises.
I thought you were gonna.
And we'll both come to our senses.
I thought you were gonna sing the. I wanna touch you.
Oh, the Keith Sweat one?
I wanna lead.
That one?
Yeah, right.
I want you to show me, baby,
Oh,
that I need you.
uh,
And who can love you like me? Nobody. Who can sex you like me? Nobody. And who can love you all night long? Nobody, baby. And the band keeps playing on.
Oh, that's a badass song.
a good song.
What is the song called? Let me save
Keep
that shit
Sweat.
right now. How do you know the
Nobody.
titles?
Keith
incredible.
Sweat, nobody.
Keith Sweat is the hardest, dude.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah. Keith Sweat right here. Look at.
And then that one, and then the other one is
You know what the rola's called?
yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
Twisted. Download that one and Twisted. You got me twisted.
Sing down.
Have I played it real quick?
You know.
Take it down.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Twisted.
pull it up.
Pull what? Oh. Pull what up?
You know you got me. You got
Oh, listen to it
me
afterwards.
twisted.
Okay. Here, keep the. Yeah,
we,
I actually took a lot of time to edit the videos when we were doing the little picture-in-picture. I was kind of getting
Takes a
annoyed.
while, huh? And the way I do it probably took longer.
So
The
you
way
already
you-
answered that one? You feel loved
love
one?
when. Well, I kind of just talked about it. didn't I?
Acts of service.
But I guess a specific.
I feel
blank.
loved when you pick up after yourself and you make me food.
Oh, nice.
I feel love whenever I'm like, hey guys, I fucking suck, and then you're like, no, you're not.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We will always
you
suck
don't,
you
Greg.
up, dude. I'm
just
gonna
have-
suck you up till the day you die.
Damn.
Like if you tell me like, dude, how do I look? I'm gonna be like, dude, you look fucking badass. Y estás
Damn,
todo
bro.
pa la
You're gonna
verga.
suck me up to the day I kill myself.
Yes. You're gonna be dead all rigor mortis with your dicks.
It'd be funny. Imagine like I'll kill myself and then there's a eulogy and Oscar goes, I just wanna point out that I was the only motherfucker that was raising him up even to the day that he fucking killed himself.
Okay,
I'm the one who gave him the gun.
I went hard. Yeah. I even signed it for him.
Self-love is
Masturbation.
blank.
Yes, I was about to say that. Self-mutilation.
Oh, isn't that something else?
Get yourself.
Te cortas los dedos.
Self-love is great. I don't know what you want to say.
Self-love is what,
hard.
What do you consider
self-love?
self-love?
When you don't talk to yourself about. Don't you talk about yourself like Greg?
The opposite of what I'm doing.
I think self-love is.
I think love is a social construct.
For me, it's like the actions you do with your body and your mind, like taking care of it.
That's nice.
Taking care of it, just doing the moisturizing and,
that does sound nice.
and the nice soap, the nice shampoo.
Treat yourself.
Putting on the right cologne, like doing everything really nice for yourself.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, I switched mine. I was gonna say like just learning something you're really passionate about or doing something you're really passionate about. But also physically, getting a nice little buttered up massage with like Palmolive.
Damn it.
I
Con
don't even know what
fabuloso. Te vas a echar Colorax en el culo.
You're gonna bleach your anus.
You down or what? DIY, camarada.
What was
Okay.
the
Go for it.
what was the lesson in your most recent painful experience?
Oh,
Sometimes there is no
pretty
lesson,
much
my
going
friend.
through it.
Sometimes
there is no
you gotta
lesson.
just make it up.
Sometimes you just hit yourself in the shin and you're
I
like,
had a
Sometimes you just keep doing it.
I had a recent painful experience.
Okay.
It wasn't too painful, but because I called to see if I got that job that I was like 95% sure I got, and they were just like, "Oh, we chose to go internal," and they're like, "However, there's still a chance. Like we just notified them, but nothing's final." So that was a bit of a painful experience. But I think what I learned in that situation is because just like maybe the day afterwards, this whole nother job opportunity came out. Where it's just like opportunities just come up, like it's not the last one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the lesson I learned, where it's
Because
like
you let it go.
where it just seems like this is it. I'm never gonna get another opportunity like this, and then the lesson is like, yeah, you are. Like
Yeah.
if you stay positive and you keep looking for it, it'll come up again.
Yeah.
And it's like that saying that they say, cuando una puerta se cierra, otra
Se abre.
or whatever. So that was a cool lesson. And also, another lesson from that same thing is put yourself first. Like, I think a lot of people respect their employers, which, of course, that is good. But I guess know that your employer, it puts themselves first. at
Need
the end
you
of the
just
day.
as much.
No, I'm trying to say, like...
They need you just as much, and you shouldn't suck them up all the time. Like,
I think
you
they're
have
just-
a voice.
They're there for their own best interest too. Like
Definitely.
if there's a person who's better than you, they're gonna get them. So therefore, if you have an opportunity to better yourself, and you're like, no, well, I've devoted so much time to this employer, or like you focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, the employer, if they find that automation is better for you for the company, they're gonna fire you. And they're gonna put that cashier Walmart machine that is gonna do the job and save them money, and you're gonna be left without a job. So worry about yourself. You know what I mean?
Definitely work on yourself more than you do your job.
Yeah.
This is another quote by another motivational.
Where are you reading
guy.
those quotes? They're bad.
This guy is his name is Jesus Christ. He's like the guy that started it all.
That guy.
Rodolfo Altamariz.
He's the guy that started it all.
No, he goes. It's that guy. Jesus Christ! I don't know. And I'm just like, oh, I know that guy.
Oh, Jesucristo.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Sí, es mi compa. Mira, jalimos.
I heard of it. And one time, didn't he cure a bunch of leopards?
Leopards.
That's what Michael Scott said in the office.
What about you guys?
He cures leopards.
Oh man, now I'm gonna find him.
Here, while Oscar searches that, do you have a lesson from your most recent
My
painful
most recent painful.
experiencia?
Okay, Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn,
Jim Rohn.
the sports guy.
No. He was like one of the first motivational speakers. Jim Rohn. He's the one that said that work on yourself harder than you do
On your job.
at your job, because, like you said, if you work on yourself, like making yourself better, learning new things and everything, all of that is gonna apply to your job automatically. You don't really have to beat your head over
Yeah.
trying to be like do really good at your job. Like it'll come like second nature.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely. I was gonna go into mine, but I want to
Déjate
get
caer.
you get into yours.
Déjate caer.
Fuck, man.
Déjate caer, papá.
What do I learn from my most painful experiences?
Recently, painful experience recently.
Within the last 6
What
hours.
was the lesson?
Within the last 6 hours.
God damn.
What's the time frame?
Shit.
shouldn't have eaten so much pizza.
I think. Honestly, the only thing that comes to mind is just the fact that
We should have gotten another pizza.
that perspective.
That Flex pizza was pretty damn
That
good.
perspective is very powerful.
Perspective. Oh,
Perspective is very.
You've been working
powerful,
on that
my
one for
friend.
a while, huh?
Yeah, man, it's just a constant. It's always gonna be constant. And like I've talked about this before. Like, oh shit,
Sorry.
dude. I've always looked forward to like the future. Like as much as as much as I talk about like I joke about like, oh damn, it sucks. I'm like always bummed out.
Right, 'cause
I'm
you're
always
imbalanced.
looking for like that future, like nugget of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 years from now, like I'm gonna know so much more. Hopefully, right? than I do now. That like anything that I'm talking about right now that I'm thinking about is gonna be so irrelevant. And I always like I love that. I kind of like crave that. So whenever talking about like any painful experience, that's what I'm always looking for. Like, hey, you know what? Even though I'm bummed out, even though this sucks, I can always change it. I can always make it better and say like, hey, shit happens. You know what I mean? That I don't really try to dwell on it too much.
Like
That's
you'll
what
be
I'm
a
trying to
better
get.
person because of it. Is that what
Yeah,
you're trying
dude, I
to say?
just don't try to dwell on it because listen, like, I'm not gonna worry about this shit a couple of days from now. I'm gonna forget about it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a whole new set of fucking problems. I tell you guys all the time. I look at situation and I make the best decision that I can with the information that I have, and then boom, dude, just let it go out. It's over. Like you don't have to worry about that. Don't live in the fucking past anymore, dude. Because like life is too short. And I tell you this now. My philosophy is, I don't think it matters why. I think people get too caught up on the why and they don't realize like how fucking.
Why did this happen?
Yeah, we said that before with sorry, what was the guy that we had? Last
David
time?
Valenzuela.
David. Like I love that he said that. Like, life is already amazing enough. Like, us like living here, Earth, whatever the hell, whatever. Life is already cool enough, dude. Like, oh my god, like pay attention to what's around you. Look at the things that are happening. That's it. That is it.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about where it
Like,
came from. Why is this? Why is that?
As far as
Doesn't
we know
fucking
it,
matter.
as far as we know it, we're the most intelligent creatures in this galaxy and this universe.
Yeah.
And our accomplishments, just being alive, and even like
Like, look at
doing
the shit
what we
that's
do
happening, dude. Like,
is an
we're
accomplishment.
fucking making fun of a guy that created a truck that is gonna go into fucking space and can pull an F-150 up a fucking hill. That's happening, and people are going like, "Oh man, you know, I don't understand what the meaning of life is." Like, fuck the meaning of life,
I really-
dude.
It's a
The
healthy
meaning of
balance.
life is right here. Like, this is
I
it.
like dabbing into it, but
it's a healthy balance.
to a certain extent,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like I'm just here for a good time. From the good words of my old friend George Strait.
Oh, I thought you were
I
gonna
ain't
say
here
Drake.
for a long time.
That's George
So I'm
Strait.
here for a good time. Yeah,
I thought that was Drake.
I ain't here for a long time, so I'm here for a good
just
time.
think-
Drake kind of jacked a lot of George Strait because he's all like, all my exes come from Texas, like they whatever.
ratero.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the words of George Strait, you know, I ain't here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. That's all it is, man. This is a one-way fucking road. I'm only gonna have this body once. This thing.
Yeah.
You know, this flesh.
That's one thing I admire about Cindy, because we've had that talk before of like afterlife and death and what happens after. And there was a period in time where I wasn't focusing in the now. I was
I
just
know,
focusing
I
like
remember
just
that
questioning,
shit.
just where are we going? Why am I even doing this? What's happening here?
Yeah.
And Cindy has this beautiful mindset of she's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying life.
Yeah.
And it's like intoxicating. And
Yeah.
I think being around her helped me so much to just realize that like
I think women in general, dude, have that in them.
they just love life. Maybe because they can give life.
Yeah. They respect it. They respect it.
It's because you're always living in hindsight, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's always in hindsight. Think about that shit.
I'm always
Like,
looking
you're
to
only
obtain the next
You're only
shit.
perceiving the future with
Yeah.
your fucking present or what's happened to you already. It's irrelevant, dude. Everything that you're thinking about, like, what's going to happen when I'm 90 or whatever, it's fucking irrelevant right now, because when you are 90... you're going to have other shit going on that you're not even going to...
whole
It's not like
different
you're going to
type
go
of-
back and be like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to be thinking
From
about...
a whole different
what I'm
perspective.
going to be doing now. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be different.
What about you?
You're a whole different
Weren't you
perspiration.
gonna say one too?
Perspiration.
So the lesson that I learned from a
painful-
recent
Recent
experience.
painful experience.
Sorry, I was just thinking of Bulbasaur.
But why say it?
Because
The
of
leaf?
the quote.
The weakest attack.
I'm just laughing at it.
A fucking.
Skirt.
Have you had any? I mean, it's fine to not have any.
Yeah, you
painful
No. I
experiences.
do. I mean, if I had to say one, I do have one. I had just thought about it. I need to get a notepad and like write this shit down, cause that's the only reason why I try and like spit it out as hard as I can es porque me voy a olvidar, güey. Se me va a olvidar.
Just have a little notepad on your phone.
Sí, lo que voy a hacer, güey. Pero no me gusta usar el teléfono.
Actually, it's
I like
really.
writing it
Or
down.
you're gonna get a voice recorder.
Yeah.
That's
No.
what I have. I have a voice recorder app.
But then
for
I'm
my
gonna have to
stand-up.
play it right here.
Like when I say stand-up, I have it
No,
stand-up.
you guys, I'm talking about seconds here, split seconds that I forget.
Yeah.
So you guys bring up a subject, I think about it, and I'm trying to talk because I'm trying to get it out.
But you're also trying to be polite and not interrupt.
Yeah,
You're like,
and because I'm gonna
It
forget.
happens to me all the time too.
So
Think about something else.
okay,
Let him say it. Let him say it.
so a painful experience. Oh no, a lesson that I learned from a painful experience recently.
Simon.
Ah, shit, man. I don't know. A lesson that I learned.
You want to keep thinking about it?
Yeah, I guess.
Because right now,
he learned the lesson to always go first before
Right,
you
yeah.
and I. Because we
Yeah,
will just.
definitely. I'm
right
just
now
gonna
we were
barge
talking
in.
about the notes. It's really cute because me and Cindy will have like really cool just discussions or conversations, and she'll legit take out her notes and write things that I say.
No way.
And I think that's the cutest thing ever. Like, it makes me feel like a fucking badass, like, motivational speaker or something. Like the one that she wrote recently, that she thought was cool was like self-improvement is when you work on, improve on, or accept your insecurities. I had said that for some reason. I don't even know. And she wrote it down. And she told Nancy and shit. And she was like, "Oh, look what Irvin said it last time." So I thought that
Damn,
was
that's
pretty cool.
dope.
Like, what do you think about that quote? What are your opinions about that? Like,
Say it
about
one more time.
self-improvement is the what was the word? It's because I forget. Is the ya se me olvidó.
Great quote, man.
Croat.
Great quote.
You know what? I have nothing.
Okay,
I'm not gonna.
self-improvement is taking.
Let's just move on.
Washa. Self-improvement is taking your insecurities
Okay.
and either improving on them,
Uh-huh.
fixing them, or accepting them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right?
You have
Because-
3 choices.
Yeah. So you have this insecurity, right? Okay. Say like I have a small penis.
Okay.
That's an insecurity. You either improve on it, where you make it a little bigger, or you work on your movements, like so
Right.
that it's not the big small penis anymore. So
Right.
there you go. You that insecurity is no longer that big. You fix it. You get a freaking
You get a
Prosthetic or something.
yeah,
Some
a
shit like
prosthetic,
that.
or you just accept it.
Like, yeah,
But
I have a small
truly
dick.
accept
Oh, well,
it.
yeah.
Like, truly accept
my
it.
dick.
Where you accept
that's
that
cool,
people are
man.
gonna make fun of you. Accept that girls, if you sleep with them, they're probably gonna laugh at it. It's just an acceptance.
What about denial?
I think denial doesn't help.
Oh yeah, you said self.
Accepting denial.
I
Sorry.
think denial just
You said
pushes it.
self-improvement. You're right.
I think denial is like, okay, I'm tired today. Let me fix this tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I like that. That's nice.
You want another one?
I feel like I feel like you stole it from someone.
Maybe I did. Probably.
Cryptomnesia.
I'm like in
is a
this.
real thing.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like in this wavelength.
I'm still trying to think.
You don't have to, bro.
Here, let me find
Dude, I
another
really
one.
want to get a set going so I can actually perform for you
Something
guys. 'cause I
hard.
feel like
Junior was really excited about that when you said it because he's doing it too.
Something
that's so
hard that I want to go through. That I went through. Something hard that I went through and I learned a lesson from.
recently though. That's what throws
yeah,
me
yeah,
off.
recently.
Because like I'm like I don't know.
Pues la que sea, dude. It doesn't have to be recent.
Pues es que no me acuerdo,
What
güey.
about when you
that
burn yourself the 7th time? No, just kidding.
Es
What
que
did you learn from
pues
that?
nunca nada, güey, porque no me valía verga.
Te valía ver.
I knew, okay, this is
It's gonna be a good.
I learned I didn't learn, but I felt invincible, güey. Me sentía invencible, güey. Me valía verga, like las rodillas, la quemada, like hacer mamadas, like me valía verga porque I was like, yo no me voy a morir, güey. Like I'm the exception. That was my fucking train of thought
Yeah,
when I did anything. I'm the exception and I cannot die.
I think that's how we all felt when we were like 16. 15,
And-
we should do that a podcast. We should do a podcast about scarred stories.
Scarred?
I did one that on my podcast that nobody heard.
Like
But
this
for
one?
Ours, yeah, like we would.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
But that would be cool, right? Like, let's just tell stories about
I
how
like
we hurt
Erwin's
each other.
face. You remember that?
No, yeah.
And then
sorry.
Greg's all like, that was me. And it was like,
I fucking
Yeah.
fucked you up with
I was-
36 feet of whatever. No, it was 36
I was
feet.
running with
5
those
feet?
medidores, like the measuring tape. The metal
Okay,
ones.
well, hold on. But
And
we
then-
found it.
and
we
then-
were playing it with it together.
and then.
I was running with it, just happy
Okay.
child, running with the little.
No,
measure-
that's not how it happened.
And Greg, for
That's not how it
some
happened.
reason,
rolled it back.
You already-
fucking stepped on
No,
the thing.
that's not even how it happened. I
And it
wish that's how it
sliced my
happened.
finger.
I wish that's how it
How
happened.
did it happen? Oh, I just stepped on the apartment.
Was it at my tia Chayo's house?
Mateo Barbara's
Okay.
house.
Barbara's
We
house.
were outside and we were bored as fuck as always. And Greg has to find something to entertain himself. So what did I do? I started rummaging through the garbage.
I think I learned that from you, actually.
To rummage through
How
the
to
garbage.
how to entertain
Oh,
myself.
dude!
With anything.
If I had a stick or a
Yes.
ball, something that was round.
I love that
One
about
time,
you.
I remember the most fun we had. We found these. He had like a remote control car que no servía.
Me?
Yeah, you had a lot of toys and stuff, but like it was like we took
lived
off
a
the
very
wheels.
privileged
You know how
life.
like the rubber part of the wheel.
Uh-huh.
You know, made out of hule or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then you had like these hard plastic balls, and so what we did is that we stuck them inside of the thing, and for some reason you could like roll them, and we would like see who can roll them hard. And we
That
did that
sounds
for
dope.
like late into
That
the
sounds
night.
fun right now,
late
dude.
Into the
Like-
night, we went inside to go get something to drink, and then we came outside. We couldn't find them anymore.
We lost him.
Yeah. But anyway, so what happened is that we were rummaging through the garbage, and I found a broken measuring tape.
Indeed.
And so it was like all coiled up in the todo doblado.
Okay.
So then we're like, hey, let's you grab one
Uncoil
end
it.
and I'll grab the other. Let's extend it all the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's like a average measuring
50
tape
feet?
size. 50 feet. 50 feet, really?
Yeah.
As long as fuck.
God damn. So yeah, Irvin was all the way to the
Or
other
30,
end,
can't
and I was
remember.
at this end, and we were holding it, and I don't know why I just had the notion to like just yank it like that
You
from
sure?
his hand.
I'm almost
Yeah, I didn't
positive I was
step on it.
running.
Or 15
I don't remember
feet.
that you were
Can't
running. I
remember.
remember that we were like this, and I was like, hey, and then that's still me being an asshole because I either I step on
Yeah,
it or
what
I
the fuck,
fucking
man?
pulled it. I
What was
pulled
going
it just
through your
to go like
mind?
this. I was like, I wonder what happens when I pull it.
I wonder what happens, bitch. You knew.
No,
You
I
knew.
didn't think.
I wonder if I can get rid of his thumb
Listen,
if I
I
pull
didn't
it.
think he was gonna bleed.
I wonder
that
what
much.
happens if I run him over.
I didn't think he was gonna bleed that much, but yeah, I just yanked it, and then it's funny because everyone he just went like he just
it was
started
shocking.
freaking the fuck out, and he runs inside, and then I start crying like a little bitch because I hurt
I was
myself.
shocking.
Yeah,
I
so
left
tell-
all this blood
so
all over
Greg-
the ceiling.
So, I mean, everything stems from you being a little bitch. dog.
Pretty much.
You just need to stop being such a little bitch.
You know what?
Sack up and do man shit. Do some manly shit. Watch some
I'll
fucking football. Lift some fucking weights. Eat some steak. Fucking yell at your wife. Like
Yell at my wife.
do manly
Listen,
shit, man.
Do your own
Fuck.
beef, make my own beef jerky.
Have rough ass sex. Like,
Hey, I've
Slap
been
her
thinking about
around or
eating some
something.
elk.
Elk.
nah.
I'm down.
Dude,
with
I'm telling you, do some manly shit, dog.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. Explore what manly fucking means to you, dog.
that. I think you need new friends too.
Yeah, you need
Yeah, I
friends.
just stop
You need
hanging out
friends
with you guys.
beyond us.
Do you have like close friends? I don't know, actually, other than what's his
What
name?
about that Julio guy?
Yeah, that Julio guy.
Yeah, I haven't kept in touch with them that much.
Yeah, you need friends outside of us and outside of your relationship.
What about at school? You don't make homies at school?
Yeah, I got friends.
But do you go to have a beer with them or go hang out and shit like that?
I mean, they're pretty busy, so usually no.
They're grown
They're
men.
not busy. They're just making excuses. Like you. Bitch.
Okay, check this one out. I like this one.
Is three? Is there anyone who's changed your life but doesn't know it?
But doesn't know.
I mean, my dad doesn't talk to me, so.
He doesn't know it.
Nah, just kidding.
Does that affect you? Not like having that communication with your
bit.
dad?
A little bit.
Because you're telling me that. I mean, okay. Aside
Whoa,
from
Hell, that's not what the question's about. Why is everything about me?
Yeah,
all
you're
of a sudden?
going deep. We're going.
Damn it, Irvin.
We're going
I was-
into
I
Greg's.
was onto something.
Are we just
I was
gonna?
onto something.
We're making
We're
a
going
breakthrough.
into Greg's.
Are we just gonna title this one? What the fuck is wrong with Greg?
Yeah, actually,
Greg's
yeah.
therapy session? No mames.
Greg's therapy session.
No.
The Brendan
Part-
Shop moment.
Part 1.
The
We started so, like,
let's do the
lighthearted.
Brendan Shop moment. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah, and then
Hey, wait, we're supposed to leave at 8 for.
Oh shit. Okay, how much time I got? I'll leave in 10. How much time do we have going so far?
Oh my god.
It's because Cindy says she's like, nah, don't worry about it. It's cool.
now here let's finish with this question. That's actually a pretty good question.
Where are we at? How much we got?
I
Oh,
can't
we have
see
an
from
hour
here.
and 20.
All right, so let's finish off with this question. So, who has changed your life and they don't know it?
Right.
I mean, Omar doesn't know who the hell you are. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
he does. But did you tell him? Yeah, that's a good question. Did you ever tell
Pretty
him?
sure that was
No.
the first thing you told us.
I'd love to if he ever showed up to here. But he's
But, no,
definitely
but you
one.
met him.
No, but I didn't tell him. I was like, oh, you changed my life.
Why not? That was like your only chance.
Nah, I'll have another chance when he's on the show.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, dude.
like
his father has my resume. That is the beginning.
That's it. It's
This
over.
is the beginning.
It's over.
That was that
That
other.
is
Remember
the
I told you about the other opportunity? That's the other opportunity.
Es que mira, el Señor, the universe always has something better for you, but only when you truly let go of this one thing that you're so stubborn about. When you let it go and you just decide.
You have to be open to it.
Yeah, when you just decide, like, you know what, ¿sabes qué? I'm gonna let go of it and I'm gonna enjoy it, and si es para mí es, y si no, no. And they told you no, but then this badass thing opened for you, you know?
Like, you have to be open to it, and you also have to position yourself in a place where
Definitely.
it works for you. You know what I mean? Like, you
Definitely.
can't just be in your house just waiting for something to happen.
No,
Like,
huevo que no.
tienes que moverte,
Tienes que ponerte las pilas. You have to be smart about it. You have to be really smart about it. That's a lot of people lack that intuition to know what's the difference between the opportunity that is supposed to be taken or that it's not supposed to be taken.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people lack that little intuition and just capitalizing on it and really going through with it.
Yeah. Like listening to their little inner voice.
Listen to your gut. Your gut will always lead you in the right direction, and right about when you're about to break through, that's when the most resistance you're gonna get. Right when you're about to break through, it's usually like that. It always happens like that.
Inspiring.
Like right about when you're about to like shit starts piling up, and once you don't let it phase you, you break through. Boom, you get three times more.
Actually, having David on the podcast last time, like we were talking about competition and like jealousy or whatever. Like it could be very easy for me to be like, oh man, that guy has everything I want.
Yeah.
Like that guy has the job, he has the career,
He has everything paid
the
off.
money, everything's paid
definitely.
off. But then rather than be jealous and hateful, and it's motivating, dude. It's like, dude,
Yep.
that guy goes to show that if you work hard, you stay focused, you persevere, you can succeed. You know,
Definitely.
disciplined.
Definitely.
And even anybody else who just happened to stumble upon it, like say you're just rich for whatever reason, you have all those other things. Still, like they did something that
To get it.
to get there, or maybe their fathers did or their parents did, but something was done. And again, anything good you have to work for. You know,
Definitely.
stuff that just kind of sucks, you're gonna get it very easily. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't know. Or is that accurate?
Sí, pues I mean, if it's not like if you aim at nothing, you will always hit your target.
Yeah.
So if you're aiming at nothing and you have a very low expectation, low standard, and everything, more than all the time, you're gonna get exactly what you wanted because you didn't even know what you wanted. So you're like, oh, pues might as well. I'm gonna get this fucking $8
Now that
job.
I think about it, I used to think I got really lucky with Cindy, but I think I actually put in the work. I worked on myself as an individual to attract a person like her.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So fuck yeah, I put in the work. Now that I think about it.
I went through failed relationships. And I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
What to do and what not to do, and how to act and react.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm grateful for all the relationships that I had. I had 3 past relationships besides Sarah, and one of them I was really young. I didn't know what the hell was going on. The second one, 2 relationships. My bad. 2 relationships. The second one, I learned a little bit more, but I was still kind of like, I hadn't even realized who I was. And then the third one, finally, like, I figured out who I was and what I wanted, and I went for it.
Yeah.
And she was a great partner, and she helped me get to it.
That's badass, man. You're the only one that's. Have you been through a breakup?
Yes.
I haven't been through a breakup.
Damn,
Thank
how was
God,
the breakup?
It sucked.
Yeah.
But it
What
was
did
in
you do
high- it was in
afterwards?
high school,
Oh,
so.
okay. My show was in high school too, but I went all out though. Whenever I broke up with this chick,
Yeah.
I went all out. Like,
Enojado?
I was pissed. I was with a revenge. Yeah,
It's
and I'm
'cause-
not gonna lie.
The only thing I've
I was
been
a
through
little
is like.
kid, dude. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck was happening.
You want to talk about it?
It was like a bunch. It's just, when you're that age, you're just not ready for that.
Yeah.
All that emotion. Dude.
You're
It's just-
immature. You don't know how to react. You don't know what.
I definitely didn't handle it
You don't know what your
maturely.
actions will.
And I
create.
actually just recently I reached out to, because she was my friend. She's a really good friend of mine. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was a really good friend of mine before we decided to date. And like she listened to me, and you know, I was a fucking, I was a piece of shit, man. Because you know, at that age, you're just thinking about one thing, and I hate to be that corny guy that says that, but it's true.
Yeah, as
You know,
men.
you're fucking thinking with your fucking dick.
I
most
think
of
we
the
were all
time.
pieces of shit at one point.
And I apologized, and I said, hey, you know what?
Still
you were a
are.
really good friend to me, and I'm sorry. And she's like, why you apologize? It's like, cuz I'm telling you, like, you were a really good friend. Like, you were listening to me when I would tell you real shit. You know what I mean? Like, you would stay up all night. We would talk for hours, dude. And I was a fucking asshole to you. Like, I literally told her, hey, I'm going to go to this party, and there's this girl who probably wants to have sex with me, probably wants to make out with me, and I can't guarantee you that. Like, I said it like that, con pinches huevotes, güey, así. Es que no sé, I'm just telling you, I might make out with somebody. I'm just letting you know, just to be prepared. Like, what the
like,
fuck?
looking back at that now, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Way, güey. O sea, like, yeah, I could go back and pinche pendejo, güey.
I don't regret.
Greg.
I don't regret any of the
Mátate la
decisions that I made.
chingada, por favor, para que no exista yo, güey. Ya no quiero sentir nada.
Ya, mejor muérete a la verga. Tírate de aquí, güey, del segundo
Listen,
piso.
I always say I'm being facetious.
I know you're
Güey,
have to
tírate
be
del segundo piso, güey, si quedas vivo. O menso, güey, te agarro a pinches patadones hasta que te mueras a la verga.
I think the worst I've gone through is just a girl ended up just not vibing with me, and that's it. But I've never had like a long-term relationship like that. And,
Where you break up.
yeah, I'm broken up.
And there's still time. No, I'm just kidding.
I've always had really cool partners, and I feel like a lot of like some of my relationships we should have just stayed friends.
Yeah.
Like we should have just kept going as friends because we were really cool to each other.
Do you think it's because you were so young and you?
Yeah,
didn't really,
definitely.
Yeah.
I just mine, like I said, I felt invincible, and my mindset, I'm like, I'm just gonna live it up. Like I'm gonna have a good time.
You know, and talking about how we were all fucking assholes at one point. I honestly think if I would have met Cindy sooner, I would have fucked it up. I would have found a way to like
For sure.
that person who I was isn't the person that made it work or like who succeeded in like that relationship or has success. You know, it's like just thinking about it, I'm like, fuck.
You weren't ready for her, man.
Yeah,
I was a weirdo.
She's
you
your
know?
unicorn.
I'm a
She's your Molly.
What is that?
She's your Molly. From She's Out of My League.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good movie, dog.
Hold on, did we ever answer the question?
Molly.
Not
Yeah.
really. I think my
there
grandpa
anyone
for
who's
sure.
changed your
Dude.
life
I don't think I
because
ever
you know
told
it?
my grandpa how much like influence he had on me, especially like humor wise.
Right?
Like he was just always so chill, and like I love. My mom tells me a lot of stories about like. What happened?
Oscar, I
You're
think,
full of
spent
shit,
the most
Ack.
time with my grandpa.
You're full of shit, Greg.
What are you talking about? My grandpa.
You admire your grandpa. How? Like, what did my grandpa do that was like really fucking awesome?
Listen,
Say it.
listen.
Name him.
What did I
Name
just
it.
say right now? I appreciate people that can do stuff with like no looking back, no nothing. What did my grandpa do
Okay,
most of the time?
he
He was
did-
fucking chilling.
Le
Despite our
valía verga todo, mi grandpa, like-
despite our family's fucking numerous dramas, which there's always drama. There's always somebody doing something
Dude,
with somebody else. And my grandpa didn't give a fuck, dude. He was just sitting there going like, hey, ¿qué quería un asadón, una pinche tortilla? Like, it didn't matter to him, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I loved about him. Like, he
I
was
guess
just
I see admiring
hanging
as
out.
like grandiose achievements, I guess.
Oh, I see.
But
Like, I think Greg loved my grandpa for his simplicity.
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Dude, like he seemed like he's so at peace. He seemed to me.
Yeah.
Any person from that era seems like they're just okay with it. Like they're like, fuck
It is
it.
what it is, brother.
Yeah.
That's what my dad is, dude. Like one time, I can't talk to my dad about my anxiety because he gets all mad.
Pues, ¿qué vas a hacer?
Sí, dice, ya, más.
No sea
Tienes que
puto.
seguir adelante. Like,
Pues sí, no sea
because you know
puto.
my dad lost his house. Like everything burned down. He lost
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And like he's like, imagínate si yo estuviera todo así, todo triste cuando me pasó eso, pues nada. Pero
tells
no,
you?
pues, hay que seguir adelante. O sea. And I'm just like, sí, yo sé, pero es que está difícil. You know, it's like,
Your dad should have pulled out his nutsack. Mira cómo me cuelgan. Tan chingonotes. Así los tienes que tener, cabrón. Así.
Aguadotes, cabrón,
Mira cómo me cuelgan. Míralos.
abuelita, dime.
Cada año bajan una pulgada más, cabrón.
Mira, ahí tengo. No, you see marks on the marco like going down. Siempre las mido. Siempre me mido los huevos.
Does he measure them from like ground up or like
No. From where they were and then to where they're gradually sinking to.
and like from the bottom of the nut or from the top of the nut?
From the bottom of the net.
Gotta do bottom.
Makes sense.
And then, yeah, definitely. And then on the mark it says years by years, like, you know, like 35, 14, 17, like that.
Who do you think's changed your life? And they don't know it. Did you
I'm
say
sorry,
you-
keep going with
was it your
yours.
dad?
No, I'm pretty much done.
With my grandpa and your
Oh, my
dad.
grandpa, yeah.
Yeah, my gramps.
For me, it was my first sergeant Decatur.
Oh, you had mentioned
I mentioned
him.
that, right? Okay, yeah, he doesn't know it. I honestly, this is what he said. Oscar, when you become famous, I want a blue Escalade with 22-inch chrome rims. And I'm not gonna lie, like
You'll do
I'm
it?
working really hard,
To get famous.
not to get famous, but to be able to buy that and show up in that for him.
That's
dope,
dope. Damn,
I'm
he
not-
was that big of an influence? That
Yeah,
you would buy him a
definitely.
truck?
That's awesome.
Definitely, because
Damn.
he encouraged me. He believed in me because my high school years were like hard.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trying at all. I was really misunderstood. Definitely big. A lot of teachers didn't know what to do with me or how to deal with me. They knew I was smart. They knew that I paid attention and they knew that I can do shit. But they didn't know how to manage my hyperactivity.
Yeah.
And my extra energy. But this guy knew exactly how to do it. He taught me a lot about honor, like honor the code. You know, just being a human being, being extra generous. Definitely, this guy showed me what it is to be like that, and I'm gonna do it, dude. Like I
That'd be
know
sick.
for a fact, like
Shout out.
because he knew me as a guy that liked like rap music. Like he couldn't believe it that I like rap music, like 50 Cent and all of that. So I was like, yeah, dude, like that's my shit right there.
That's cool, man.
What's the name again? Decatur?
Shout
First
out.
Sergeant Decatur.
Is he still a first sergeant? Maybe
Yeah,
he
he's still
ranked
for
up?
sergeant.
Okay.
What does that
Maybe he
mean?
ranked up.
For Sergeant
Huh? What does that
Acuna,
mean?
he got out of.
What does first sergeant mean?
Yeah.
Do
Is
that
that,
anymore.
is that a dope ass role?
It's just a title for a person in the.
It's the chain of command. He's like below. Like
Lieutenant.
The other ones below. I
First
can't
sergeant,
remember.
There's first sergeant, and then there's master sergeant, there's chief master sergeant in the Air Force. I don't know about the
And then above
In
them?
the
Who's above them?
Navy.
Do you then go to lieutenant?
So that's enlisted.
Commander-in-Chief.
Chief Master Sergeant is the highest enlisted rank you can get in the Air Force. Before people start correcting me, and then and then officers are different.
In the chair force.
In the chair force,
Did you know they just created a space force?
Oh, dude, I want to be a part of that.
space. Oh yeah.
Dude, I want to be like Starship Troopers.
Oh,
Fuck
were they
Fuck
going
yeah,
big ass
fuck
bugs?
Yeah,
So you wanna
fuck
die?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You want to die?
Yeah, but now at that point, I think we would have enough energy, enough technology to like revive each other or like regenerate each other, so we can like fight
That'd be sick.
like limitless fighting,
Dope, because then I could actually kill myself and then just get
Just to try it, just to be like that
Unlimitless.
what it's like.
unlimited. Like, it's like
Just
having
try this.
unlimited lives, like infinity lives. Imagine that shit. You still get Imagine this. You still get old, but you just have unlimited life. So you die of old age, but you don't really die. You
That
come
would
back.
suck, dude. What if you get stuck in a well?
You're like in a
somewhere?
loop.
What if you get stuck in a well
Yeah,
somewhere?
you're
You're just
fucked.
fucking
You
sitting
just keep
there.
coming back.
You're
waiting
pretty
to
much in
die.
a loop. Wait,
That's
all.
so weird, huh? How much there is we don't know. Sometimes I feel like we're in a fucking movie, dude, and it's just like...
Ta vergas, güey.
I was thinking about this in the shower last time. I was like, how the fuck do we know so much about
la calaste.
space and all this stuff, but we don't know what happens after you die? And it's like, you know what? I have a feeling they know. Like, the government has done studies and they know, but they decided that if they release this information, it'll fucking just
Blow our
ruin
mind.
Maybe that's
all
what we're
of-
overcompensating with.
all of
everything else.
society's like it'll probably ruin religion, it'll ruin people's goals, people's like beliefs, people's motivations. So they're like, we'll probably just
Maybe
keep
they
it to
have
ourselves.
figured it out.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
don't
why
think we go
I think
anywhere.
they
That's what I'm
do-
saying. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
they already
They
figured it out.
but they
Nothing
can't
happens.
say it.
Nothing happens.
I think that's what
I think
people
nothing
don't want to
happens, dude.
accept.
Well, we just don't know.
I think nothing happens.
No, I think they do. Nothing happens.
No,
I think nothing happens.
I'm trying to say they probably.
I think nothing happens.
There's been documented cases of people who've actually like their heart stopped and then they're like, yeah, there was just black.
But then there's also people who say they've lived another life.
So
So you choose to believe what you want to believe, motherfucker.
Listen, it's
Esos güeyes me pelan la-
listen, it is my personal opinion that those people are full of shit.
Nah, I don't. You know what? We won't know
That's
until
a
it
fact.
happens.
And my personal opinion is fact.
I
No, I'm
won't
just
know
kidding.
until
Yeah,
it
you're right. I
happens.
don't know, man.
I'm hungry.
But it's fucking irrelevant.
Pinche Oscar,
Irvin.
comes acá, pinche
Tengo
cinco
hambre, güey.
minutos.
No mames, me vale verga.
All right. Is that it? Are we ending this bad boy?
Yeah, let's do it. Cabrón. That sounds crazy. Tiene base esa madre.
No,
Bring down the bass.
In your dreams, that's where I see myself. In
your dreams is where I long to be. Take me down. Take me down. Take me down. Take me down. In your dreams is where I see. In your dreams, take me down. I'm going down.
That hurts my throat so fucking
That was fucking sick, dude.
That was cool.
That might have
You know
been
what
one
it
of the
sounded
coolest
like? Grandma's boy when he enters his that guy's office. Like, did that scare you? Like, no, I just don't like techno music. Like you would if you had robot ears.
Oh, the Neo guy?
Yeah.
No, it reminds me of Fun and Dick and Jane.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's like wearing the, he's like, he's like doing all these noises.
Domo Oroga Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, go check us out on all social medias. TikTok's blowing
Aquemini.
up.
I heard it. Shit blew my mind. Aquemini.
Oh, that's a badass song, dude.
Shit blew my mind.
There's a whole thing about like how it explains how lyrically genius Andre was. in that movie.
No, there's this other one by Big Pun. That he goes little dee diddle dee. Why no? Why his body is lying in little
Oh, Fat Joe did that. Oh, yeah.
little
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Don't play it though, because I don't have to edit it. You're just adding
Go
work
fuck
to
yourself.
me. You're adding work.
Go fuck yourself.
Go check us out on Instagram, Terricolas Podcast,
I like
and
the
also
Italy.
on TikTok. Everything will be
Hey.
in the description.
Better
Facebook.
follow us, camaradas.
Follow us, drop that like, share. If you guys want to be on the podcast, hit us up.
Today was a
on
cool
the
episode.
comments, on the
Hit us up,
DMs.
mamones.
Love you guys.
We
No
started
sean
off-
mamones. Pongan algo en los comentarios.
Yeah, man. If you guys want to just cuss us out, please.
Digan que Greg les caiga en los huevos para
Yeah.
que se mate a la verga por fin.
Yeah, you could be like, yo, you're a fucking pussy.
What happened in Texas Javi? He
Tell him
stopped
you can't
replying
do it.
to
I
our
know.
shit. What is
Is
it
it
because
because
We're calling him out.
Javi, are
Hey,
you
Texas Javi, you were like our biggest supporter. Now
I
you're not.
know.
What the
Did we
fuck,
say
dog?
something that upset you?
Listen, you should title this "Calling Out Texas Javi" for
We're
an hour.
called
Nah, it's gonna be
for
Greg
a full
therapy
hour.
session.
God damn it,
That's the
no.
fucking day.
Greg's shop moment.
This
Greg's
is
shop moment.
raw.
Raw Greg.
Wait, what are we calling this? After
Terricolas podcast after hours.
Terricolas podcast after hours.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's not Greg shop moment?
No, or just Terricolas. Excuse me. Terricolas after hours. Not
Hey, you know
Terricolas
what?
Podcast.
Let's take it to the fucking audience. If this video gets 10 likes, we will change the name to Terricolas podcast.
Without the los.
But it has to get 10 likes.
I feel like whenever you think about it whenever Justin Timberlake said it in
Oh,
the
the
social network.
Just drop the
Drop
the.
the.
Facebook.
Think about that when I say drop the los.
Think about Napster. I use
Gangster?
What if we just drop the Los Terry?
Equalas?
Just call it the Ecolas podcast.
Los Equalas?
Colas.
Colas. Oh, Terry, my
I
bad.
get it.
Who can love you
stupid.
like me?
No.
Are we gonna sing a song or are we just gonna edit it?
Who can let the second shake?
Gotta start from the beginning.
There you go.
Hold on, let me find the lyrics so I can sing with you.
Oh shit, we're going deep.
Oh damn, dude. Are we really gonna do it?
Yes.
Really?
You want
Like,
the lyrics?
what do you want me to do? A riff in the meantime?
I want
Scoobity
you.
bap bap boobity bap boobity bibbity boobity. Nobody's watching anymore.
Here it
so.
is, look. I wanna tease you. I wanna please you. I want you to show me, baby, and that I need you. I want your body till the very last drop. I want you to holler when you want me to stop. Now who can love you like me?
Nobody.
Who can sex you like me?
Nobody.
Who can treat you like me,
Nobody.
baby? Nobody, baby.
This is the gross part. I want. Now, and then Linkin Park comes around to sing it.
I want the night for you and me. I want the night, yeah. So come here, baby, let me do it to you. Don't be afraid, cause I won't be.
That's not Linkin
I
Park.
promise to give it to you. The way you like.
Oh, Slipknot.
And who can love you like me? And who can sex you like me? And who can lay your body down, nobody, baby.
Hey, who can treat you like me? Me.
Oh yeah, in the next episode we're gonna have.
Nobody's listening anymore.
Oh, they're listening.
Everybody's done.
Today was a fun podcast. It was just very loose. Next
It
week
was after hours.
Next
Get
week
jiggy with it.
we come back with the information.
All right,
We're gonna
guys.
have Trump's
Get jiggy
impeachment.
with it.
Listen, We've
Nah.
talked. We've
Na
talked.
na 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 na.
Get jiggy with it.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Get Terricola with it.
Na 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 na.
Terricola. Get Terricola with it.
And the secret of life is